ヘルロにイヤーズナウ。
Today is December 16, 2025, and the current time is 8:20 p.m. 40 p.m. actually. The vertical content delivery service is still undergoing testing. Please be sure to leave your feedback in areas where the administrator can find it. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Okay. I'm still working out some of the kinks with the whole linked scenes thing, and I may have just kind of ruined it for anyone who's watching on the other screen. Give me one sec. If you're watching vertically, give me 1 second. I've been trying to fix it. Just need a moment. Okay, so that should be correct there. So this one should connect here, and there we go. Okay, perfect. Also, I think for this stream, I'm gonna switch to the other model. I think I desire to be pixelated today. I think that'll be more enjoyable as a experience as we play some Hearts of Iron 4, the game that I like to play, but it's not everyone's favorite type of game, but I enjoy it, so we're gonna play it. Also, hello everyone, how are you doing? Hello Kahila, and Overheat, and Zeoposer. Thanks Zeoposer for 2 years, which is crazy. 2 years of subbing is nuts. I truly am blessed whenever I see that message pop up, because I know it means some people are supporting me, at least in that manner, and I know all of you support me, but the subs, at least you get cool emotes. Also, hello Zoingo and Ray, congrats to Ray for being first. How are all of you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good evening. I just took a fresh shower, so my hair is really wet because I don't dry it with a hairdryer. I just kind of either leave it in a towel or just let it free flow. And so it's kind of Kahila, I am not streaming the YouTube side vertically today because I think it just didn't work too well last time. So until YouTube allows me the option of showing or giving my own personal, like the feed that I choose into it, I probably won't be doing vertical on YouTube for quite some time. Now, if you really want me to do the vertical YouTube even without me being on the screen, let me know and I'll consider doing it as well. But wow, this game is really small comparative to how I did the other one. You know what, maybe I think the correct thing to do on this screen is actually I do probably make this big and fat like this, right? Yeah, I think we probably do something like this and just hopefully it'll be fine. It should be okay. we'll roll with it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so the vertical is only going to be on the Twitch side for now and not on YouTube until I find a way to make it a little better. Anyways, we're playing HOI4 because I like this game, and it's been quite some time since we played it, so I figured, why not play the funny game of, you know, running around and taking over countries. By the way, I was playing this recently as Communist China, and Communist China is a very interesting run because I have no idea what I was doing. Like, oh my goodness, I legitimately don't know how to do this as Communist China. I'm trying to show you the save, but I'm not sure if it's gonna load. I also did a Fortress Philippines run, so you can see here's my Communist China run, except I am kind of losing to all the other countries, so I kind of gave up on this run. And then I know I was doing a Fortress Philippines run. I'm just trying to see if I can pull that off, although I did post some screenshots of this on Discord, which was a bit of a disaster. Oh, okay, so apparently trying to load that save just straight up crashed my game, so that's fun. Let's just try loading the game correctly now instead. So that's, I don't know what I expected. But we're going to be playing a China game. We're going to be playing as, what's the word? Nationalist China. The other thing, too, is that we are testing to just see if this stream is going to be eating up all my GPU power. Now, I think I can actually just play whatever game I want on stream, and it shouldn't actually cause that much of an issue. Even though the GPU is being used, a lot of it's just being used by the video encoder, and I think the GPU that I have actually has a separate chip specifically for video encoding, so it actually doesn't eat up that much of the GPU's resources if I'm playing a different game. Really, the biggest issue comes into play when the CPU is trying to do its calculations, and that's the real struggle. Yep, that was the Windows sound because again, I use Windows. I am a Windows person. I don't know how to use any other OS at this point, honestly. I know how to do a little bit of Linux, some terminal commands, but like the bare bones. I tried using Mac OS at some point. I kind of wish I used some Mac OS stuff because some of that stuff is crazy good. Like, I actually understand why people use Mac for things like video editing and just general content creation, because that thing is like designed specific. Like, it feels like the Mac is designed really for creatives more than anything else. You're not going to use Macs if you're hardcore, like into spreadsheets and data-driven stuff, but if you're into like creative stuff, oh. So I don't have Copilot on this computer. I have Copilot on my work machines, which is very annoying because my workplace is actually trying to have us learn how to use Copilot, and I figured, okay, I will learn how to use Copilot for the sake of at least being up to date with what this does, but I've tried it a couple times with spreadsheets. I was mentioning it yesterday, but every time I feed it a spreadsheet, let's just say the spreadsheet don't look too good, and I get very, very concerned. And so that's why I don't use anything like that on the regular. Okay, this map, I feel like I'm trying to remember how this works. So, if I recall correctly, they basically shrank the Republic of China and then basically added like a bunch of other warlord countries, and even in fact the Northeastern Army here, led by Zhang Zuiliang, is a whole separate country. And then you have the Sichuan clique, and then all the other cliques here, like the Guangdong clique, Guangxi clique, Yunnan clique. And then I think this got like 3 more ones. Like, I feel like the Qinghai Ma, Gansu Ma, and Ningxia Ma are all new. So this will be interesting. I have not done a Republic of China run in a very, very long time. Yeah, like, this is all different. Like, I'm pretty sure Hebei Chanhar and Shandong clique used to be part of Republic of China, so it feels like they really did shrink them down. I will say the Manchuria is a little different. I haven't played Manchuria, but I kind of want to try. But you might have noticed that Puyi is not in control of Manchuria, so we may need to try that at some point. But we're going to do Republic of China, led by the venerable Chiang Kai-shek. In his authoritarian dictatorship in order to retain control of China as they try to fight back against the Japanese. We will do historical AI just to see how this pans out and see if I'm actually good enough at playing this game to survive. That's the general gist of today's stream. So we are playing, yes, we're playing one of the true, we're playing the true China. Hello there, Shining Amaterasu, how are you? Let's see. Your friend killed you today. He told you that he was looking for a new computer for Christmas, and you asked him if he considered changing the Linux, and he thought you didn't want to be a stereotype. I mean, to be fair, Linux isn't for everyone. Linux is one of those things that's really, if you're very comfortable with command lines, I think it's fine to use Linux. But if you're not comfortable with command lines, just go with Windows or Mac OS. I mean, there are Linux builds that are easy for people who don't know how to use like complicated OSs. Okay, wow, this tree's way bigger than I remember this being. It's been a while. Okay, hold on. Okay. China has been... Okay, so let me look at this real quick. What actually happens? I think this is if you lose... Okay, so... I think... This tree is if you lose the war. Yeah, if you lose the war, you get the national catastrophe, and it gives you options on how to essentially fight back and fight back against the Japanese and reclaim your land. The Beijing coup allows us to become the blue shirts, which adds the empire. Euro-fascist scientist. Oh, okay, so this is, I think, the fascist route? Okay, so I'm not really... I should have read the dev diary for this, but I don't remember the dev diary. It's Morbin time. Hello, biggest Arn. Yes, we're gonna Morb all over Asia. You're playing Duskers, where the only way to play games command lines and controlling your drones. I mean, some people are really good at that type of thing. I personally prefer having a proper GUI, but I know some people are just really comfortable with command line. Okay, so I'm just trying to remember how this works. Okay, so let me look at this tree, because holy cow, this thing is massive. Okay. I don't even have historical options, so what do we have? Okay. Socialism. Okay, so it seems like we have to deal with the state of the Kuomintang, which is either going to be led by the party bureaucracy or Chiang Kai-shek. Now, Chiang Kai-shek, if he's got a lot of control, he's got to have a lot of political power and a lot of offensive capability. Stability if you're going with the route of the party bureaucracy. Now, I believe some of these trees are uniquely, what's it called? Exclusive, depending on which one you're kind of running. So, like, here's our army, here's our industrial options, here's our science, which we probably need Academia Sinica to get that extra research slot. And then I think a lot of these are post-war stuff. Yeah, I think a lot of these are post-war, like enforce Jiang's compliance. Okay, so if you go with the party bureaucracy, you can go democratic. And that's generally what this tree kind of leads you down into. If you want to go communist, you can actually flip communist, which is really funny. I think that's what I'm reading here. I think, for whatever reason, Republican China can flip communist, which is really, really odd. A GUI, G-U-I. Isn't that how people pronounce it, GUI? Or do people pronounce it like something else, like Jewy? Also, hello, Rachel. How are you? How was your Rimworld stream yesterday? Probably didn't like the man at a progress bar because updating, displaying progress bar takes CPU power, which slows updating. Well, you know what? Nowadays, people are like, oh, I love the progress bar because I can actually have a visual representation of how close we are to finishing. They're probably like, no, let's just use number. But listen, progress bars are cooler. Oh my god, this tree is so massive. Okay, so I don't want to go communist. This is the fascist route, where you can declare the Chinese Empire. Okay, that's kind of sick, actually. So if you go with the Beijing coup, but you need the blue shirts. Let's see. But oh my gosh, this tree is so massive. I'm like looking at this and I'm actually getting choice pronounced as GUI. They pronounce each letter each time. No, I like saying I thought it was just one thing like GUI. I always pronounce it GUI. I was only use one wire to handle literal load. The multiple wires are there to make you feel better. I mean, isn't that the whole point of like elevators? That it's just redundancy. So in case one thing fails, you have other things that keep you alive. It is pronounced GUI? Okay, I'm not crazy. Hello, Alana. How are you? Okay. So I think... Okay, so if we disband the blue shirts, we can go fascist. And if we do that, we get options. The Savior of China. The Dai Li. Wait a second. Wait. Dai Li? Like from Avatar The Last Airbender? The Dai Li? Is that... Hold on. Oh, okay, so Dai Li was an actual person. Dai Li was... Hold on, I'm pulling up the wiki article on this man because I'm like, why does it say Dai Li? Because the first thing I'm thinking about is, you know, from... What's it called? From Atla. Okay, so Dai Li was an actual person from... Let's see. Studied... okay, where's the behind it? Okay, he became the head of the Bureau of Investigation Statistics within the National Government of the Republic of China. Okay. Interesting. So he basically worked for the KMT. Okay. Well, I thought it was like Daily Atla, like this. Like these people with the funny hats that basically operated as the secret police in the kingdom, the Earth Kingdom in the city of Ba Sing Se. So that's what I thought the Daily meant. Because they have like these cool hats, like rice hats. Anyways, this focus tree is so massive that I'm like literally trying to figure out like what I want to do. You have many thoughts of this focus tree, which you then don't use polite terms. Use whatever term you think is appropriate. Okay. So all hail the NRA. Okay, so the Grand Government. The National Purge the Liberal Democrats. Okay, so this is the. Okay, so oh my god, I don't know how to read most of this. I'm just trying to figure out like what is like I don't have a historical route, so I'm just trying to figure out like what's the correct way to go, or what way do I want to go. So okay, so here we go. So we can either go the Chiangist dictatorship, pre-national Congress, reorganized government, which is underneath when you're trying to fight against the Japanese. Democrat. Okay, so I think we'll go Chiangist politics. Which I believe is this nationalist path. And then the foreign imminent threat or the true enemy. And then basically, do you choose to align yourself with the warlords, or do you just like with foreign imminent threat, or the true enemy, which is while the Japanese are defeated the disease of the skin, the communist bandits are the disease of the heart. We must purge the communists. So these are also time-gated. Reduces the time for the big rear plan and finish the big rear plan. What is the big rear plan, and why are we rearing someone's plan? Big rear. Oh, okay, so it's like attack plan. Okay. Hello, Livingston. How are you? Daily established modern day Chinese. Oh, is it actually? Got it. Okay, well, I guess the first thing we're gonna do is I think we'll probably pivot into. Like, these are all really useful. Is the problem? Okay, let's take a look at. Okay, before we pick a focus, let's see what our actual situation is here, because I need to figure out like what are we doing. Okay, so I have 85 divisions. I mean they're. Okay, so a lot of them are 6 or 4 infantry. And then I think this one is 6 plus artillery. Okay, so we have about... Okay, 475,000 out in the field. Vicky 3ing. I played Vicky 3 on my personal time, but I'm probably not going to play it on stream. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm kind of curious what the Manchurian focus tree is, because they got like... Okay, this... Oh wait, I am playing Road to 56, so just keep that in mind. So some of this might be modded, but I know a lot of this is new. Oh my god, wait, I almost the Qing restoration. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to play. I remember reading, like, I remember there was a thing where I was reading people's opinions on what would happen if Puyi like maintained the mandate of heaven and defeated the Japanese and the both Chinas and became the ruler of all China, and everyone basically came to the same conclusion, like this is never realistically ever going to happen, and it would require so many things to just fall in place in his favor that the world just wouldn't exist as we know it today. You're gonna lurk since you have many complicated feelings. I'm sorry, Moral, if this brings you some bad feelings, but just remember, this is all just for fun and silly shenanigans. Yeah. I think of the Vicky 3 bros, Doko. I feel like it's just mostly lives. Oh, are you going to sleep, son? Good night, son. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, I do have to be literal divine favor for Puyi to ever gain control of all of China. And I'm like, that's never gonna happen. Okay, so our situation's not very good. What I'm gonna do is I think we're just gonna go straight for nationalism. We'll just go nationalist China. We'll go somewhat historical and see how this pans out. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Did that say negative 17% research speed? Oh my god. Public illiteracy. Alright, great to know that we are illiterate. Your CK3. I'm actually playing CK3 on the side, like on my own personal time. because I've been very interested in the Asia DLC. So I've been playing a Japanese run, and I mentioned this the other day, I think literally yesterday, but my Japanese run in CK3 has kind of turned into a incest simulator, because apparently every single person is related to another person, and it is turning into a massive disaster that I can't... Why do I have 2 factories? I'm sorry, did I say 8 are in use by consumer goods? Oh my god. Oh, we're really... Oh, geez, we we don't have factories. Okay, so let's see. So I think we're gonna need at least 1 on trains. I'm gonna want 1 on support, and I'm gonna want 1 on artillery. I'm gonna want 1 on trucks. I just need all these slamming out now. Oh my god, we have no steel either. Holy cow, we have nothing. This isn't just people romance peasants. You can romance peasants, but here's the thing. So I mentioned this the other, but basically what happened is in my CK3, I'm gonna start the timer now. I'll move the game forward. Is that in the very first generation I played, I managed to get one of my children to marry into the emperor's family, like the royal family. So what ended up happening is that those if you're playing in Japan, the head of house is allowed to have up to 4 wives, essentially the primary wife and 3 wives, okay? And then so you essentially can have a lot of children, and then so in my playthroughs, each head essentially had 12 kids each. And then, you know, you do that for 5 generations, and then you're gonna have a lot of kids, and they're just spreading their genes everywhere. Now, granted, a lot of the marriages were kind of like, you know, this uncle marrying his 3rd niece 5 times removed or something like that, and shenanigans along those lines. But there were situations where it's like, okay, this grandson and this granddaughter are like technically 3rd cousins, but it's, or 2nd cousins, or I don't know, insert number of cousins, and it was a valid marriage. But then I see the thing that says there's a chance for inbred traits to pop out, and then lo and behold, they'll have a kid, and he's either like a midget, it's either a midget, a giant, frail, or an albino. So it's been a very interesting run in my game of CK3. I would love to put it out, but it's kind of a mess, and I don't really want to make you see my shame. Also, CK3 takes like an hour to load, because unlike all my other Paradox games, I have CK3 installed on a normal hard drive. So it takes like 10 minutes for the first boot up. And then after, it takes like a minute to boot up each time. Okay, so direction of the NRA. We must focus on the communists or focus on the Japanese. I do think we should focus on the Japanese. So we'll do the foreign imminent threat. Okay, so boost the state of the United Front National... Okay, so what is this national spirit? What are the national spirits we have? I should probably read this. No, we're not going to do a vote for victory. Victory will happen when I feel like playing victory. Demands for land reform. German military advisors. Public illiteracy. Incompetent... Oh my god. I'm sorry. The NRA comprises undertrained soldiers and incompetent commanders. Oh my god. Incompetent industry. Chinese young and experienced industry is unprepared for the coming storm. What does that say? You must do these researches to get rid of this. You must have more than 40 factories, dockyard output, reorganize government, Hapro influence. So basically, the German Reich is giving us some bonuses. The warlord cliques are another problem we're dealing with. The Kuomintang National Revolution, and then lacking support for conscription, so our population is actually cut in half, which is still funny because we have like 1.7 million to eat through. Blue shirts run rampant. We must deal with one of these to get rid of the blue shirts, otherwise fascism is gonna keep getting stronger. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of an issue. Hello, Flaming. Yes, we are playing HOI4. Isn't it great? So Harpo has too much influence when it's dissolved to make great consequences for the Chinese economy. Okay. Improve the NRA. So we need a 99 military experience to help get rid of some of the penalties that we're dealing with. Okay, that's fine. Make a fake promise against Puyi. Okay. This is gonna be a disaster. Okay. So the Japanese aren't attacking right now. So we could try to deal with the warlords, which probably is the correct choice. Now the question is which warlord we want to deal with first. I think we deal with one of the cliques at the bottom for now. Oh, maybe not yet. Destroy the NCAM remnants. Let's undo this to the last bit, even dissolving the Japanese puppet state in East Hebei. So we're gonna dissolve the Japanese puppet state in East Hebei, which is, I think, here, but I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to pull that off. Secure the Yellow River line. Oh my gosh, we're super screwed here. Directly control the bandit suppression headquarters. Alright, why don't we quickly grab, let's quickly grab Academia Sinica just to get us that one extra research slot. Fun historical fact, the Nazis actually knew over Japanese workers and Chinese workers in the Nine King a few times. We're not here to talk about the politics of World War II because you know what I should do? Hold on, I have an idea. You like to gamba? We're gonna gamba points. All right, ready for this? We're gonna do a prediction. All right. I have a really funny one in mind. Okay. Here's the gamba prediction. Ready? Okay. It's gonna be let's see. What do we want to call this? I have a funny one in mind. I'm gonna call this. I need to pop this window out. Oh my god, I can't pop it out. I'm gonna call this. How long till someone calls Professor Weird for weird? Okay, how long till new viewer calls Oak weird? Yes, no. Let's give it, let's say, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, end of stream. Or, 3 hours, end of stream, none. Because every time I play HOI4, someone shows up on stream, usually, and calls and says, "You're why anime girl model if not real girl," or something like that. And I'm like, listen, I'm an anime character on the internet. Who cares? You stay? Well, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. Amaterasu. What do you mean cat ears? There's no cat ears here. There's no cat ears here. It's all fake. Ignore the lies. What was I doing? Right, we're doing this game. So, anyways. Yeah. I've been playing CK3 and it's just a wacky nonsense thing. Why did I build like a Stardew model? Because it's a pixel model. I have a normal model too. Today I chose to use this one. It has multiple cool features, like this cool knife. Wait, wrong button. Like, look at this cool knife I have. Isn't it great? It's great for chopping up vegetables and green onions that I eat. Like, I eat a lot of green onions. It's actually kind of scary how many onions I like to eat. You can ask Gray about it. Holy cow! Whoa. I'm sorry. What does that say? Oh my god. Yeah, no wonder China... Oh gosh, China... They have to give China so many debuffs, otherwise it just wins the war. In Terra Invicta, you managed to get the aliens down to Neptune and Jupiter. And mining bases has been very slow in End 2016. It sounds like you're about to win Terra Invicta, right? I haven't played Terra Invicta yet, and I'm probably not going to play it, but I hope you're having fun at least. Also, regarding the Vic 3 question, I like playing Vic 3. I don't own the DLC, and that's kind of like the other main reason I'm probably not going to be playing Vic 3 anytime. Okay, so I have to do this real fast. So we're going to remove... Okay. The Kuomintang National Revolution. So this one will remove the Shanghai International Settlement. Hunt the Draft Dodgers. Special military pay. Let's do that real quick. That should be fine. And then we'll also quickly destroy the International Settlement. World Tension +5 I think is perfectly doable. Why'd I wipe it? Don't worry too much about it. It's just a cool knife, alright? I like onions. Onions are delicious. Okay, so I can't do most. Asylum for the Jews. Which is really... Okay, many Jews begin to settle in Shanghai and would give us extra research. Remove demands for land reform, which I think we have to do... just to get rid of that penalty that's giving us weekly stability penalties. So I think that's correct. We just quickly rush that fast. Here's the real question. Do you ever plan on playing Terra Invicta once you're done? Or is it one of those, like, you're done and you never want to touch it ever again because you're just sick and tired of it? Alright, so we'll get the Hanyang Arsenal. What is the difference between these two? Okay, they're basically the same, right? These two are basically the same. Alright, Hanyang Arsenal's probably fine. Actually, let me make sure our guns are being made by a company. Oh, we don't have any other MIOs. Mios, as they say. Just like one of the coolest HoloLive VTubers, Mio. I cannot remember her last name. Actually, I can't remember a lot of HoloLive VTubers' last names. All I know is that, like, oh, I just know their first. Like, this is Hoshimachi Suisei, then there's Natsuhiro Matsuri, then there's Nekomato Okayu, Korone Inugami. What was the rest of their names? Shion Murasaki, or Murasaki Shion, Uru Harushia, Okino Sora. Like, I'm actually forgetting like a lot of their names, like family names, like Watame's. Like I don't remember. I know Kanata's because I used to listen to a lot of Kanata's covers because she has a very unique voice. I mean, hey, look, I watch a mix of indies and regular VTubers, but I do think I watch a lot of more regular Corpo VTubers. Actually, you know what's really funny? I saw today for the very first time a Corpo VTuber ungraduating, which was so weird. So if you don't know, there's a Nijisanji VTuber who left a while ago. I think her name was like Lulu or something, and she was like an artist-themed VTuber, like an art club type character. And they basically announced that she's coming back. And I'm like, I've never seen a Corpo VTuber ungraduate before. So let me see if I can find it, because I thought it was so interesting. I was like, oh my god, she's like literally coming back. Like on December 23rd. Let me see if I can pull up a screen real fast so we can just kind of gawk at it real fast. I thought it was kind of interesting. Open up Firefox on both screens. Then I have to hook it up to the correct window. Here we go. Okay, that didn't hook up correctly. Yeah, like she was a VTuber for Nijisanji for like the longest time, and she was like super popular too. And then she just decided she was gonna graduate, I think back in like 2022 or something like that. And then she's just like, hey, she's coming back. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought like when a VTuber graduates from a corporation, like they're just gone, usually because they choose to go indie. But they're just like, nope, she's returning. And I was like, I've never seen this. I think this is the first time I've ever seen a corporate VTuber ungraduate. The only corporate thing I was watching was Kiri Kilovolt, Dedicated Racing. Is that the guy who was like racing on the Nuremberg or something? He's a dude, right? I think I know who you're talking about. Let's see. Okay, I'm thinking someone else. This one's from Globy. Kiri Kilovolt was affiliated with Globy. Okay, yeah. You know what's funny? I know, out of the Globy folks, I used to watch Bonnie Barkswell in her previous life. It happened before with Niji 2, the one girl who left when they lost Nintendo permissions. Wait, really? I don't remember that. But yeah, I used to watch some of that, but I didn't follow watching her into her new identity because I was just like, you know, I think it was just, I think I just was starting to watch less. Oh my gosh. There's a famine in Sichuan. We must save the Chinese lives. We must save these Chinese lives. Okay. We'll eat this. Okay. We will help for a price. I will offer them a price. Because now I have no political power to do anything, but I think that's fine. We'll try to make this work. Have I seen Chinese propaganda movies about China versus Japan in World War II, and these days to make friends with China and so minimal losses? It's just how they pick China. I mean, to be fair, okay, let's be real. That's just gonna apply to every country making war movies. You cannot do the Qing Dynasty in this, can you? I thought you had to play Manchuria to do the Qing Dynasty. I don't think there's an option for that in nationalist China. Yeah, there's not an option for that here. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we can try to quickly fix our industry. Or we continue down the path of going hardcore into nationalism. Technical for an imminent threat. Ready up the big rear plan. So I'm trying to think. When does the 1937? I think is when the war kicks off, right? So I probably keep going down the industry. Well, maybe not the industry path. Definitely need to get the military stuff going though, which is a bit of an issue. Let's see what my options are. Can I prepare for national liberation? Sponsor banditry in northern China. Military planning corps. I guess the Republic of China. I guess opponents want to lord electricity attack. Okay, so maybe we do destroy the NCAM remnants. I'm kind of curious what this will do. But anyways, basically every country in the world, if they make a movie that, especially a military movie, that's gonna be propaganda-ish, it's gonna be very much like super heroic for the country. You ever watch like any American war film? Granted, a lot of them do kind of like to tackle the realities of and the more depressing parts of war, but there's a lot of them that always, but a lot of them tend to end in like heroic, happy endings of some kind. Right? Try aligning with the USA. I don't know what we're gonna align with. We're just kind of, I am just picking the focuses off of vibes, kind of. Although we will go with the Chiang Kai-shek dictatorship. That's the point of the movie. Anti-war is like about showing how many people die. I mean, like I said, really depends. I think I know there's a whole thing about like American cultural supremacy with Hollywood and everything. Okay, so so they just rejected my offer. The Guangdong clique has collapsed, and therefore it just sends defiant. Okay, so I have to get ready to fight them. Okay. So reduce indiscriminatory conscription. Growing impatient. In 155 days, I will declare war on the Gongchi clique. So we should probably get a military force ready to smack him down. Let's grab our best army. Make an army group led by Field Marshal Chiang Kai-shek, and then let's do Bai Zhongqi, and he will lead this. I am very sorry if I'm mispronouncing all these Chinese names. I need to make it a point that I do not speak any Chinese at all. So, Oppenheimer's a white guilt movie. That's I've never heard of Oppenheimer the film being called a white guilt movie. I actually really enjoyed Oppenheimer as a film, especially from a scientific standpoint. I mean, obviously they're gonna take a lot of creative liberties, but it's one of the, like, any movie about World War II is always gonna be one of those. Wait, what was this? So we demand our army to build into Jiangxi so we can probably entrench. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this real quick too. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like very touchy, especially when it comes to, like, I think people were like, why didn't they include showing the horrific action, you know, effect that it had on the Japanese? It's like, because that wasn't the point of the movie. The point of the movie was to basically be through the point of view of Oppenheimer, right? And his personal story, because it's more of a biopic rather than a documentary, and I think that's the part that people get like kind of hung up on. They're like, why didn't it include the part where the Japanese got, you know, burnt to cinders? It's like, because that wasn't the point of the film. That's the thing to keep in mind. Okay, let's see. They have said how long for on this country in terms of also never sign off tank is lost thing for long-term repair. Don't worry about it, the gloss for the fact that take superior German tanks. Oh my god, the wearables. We used to get like I don't know why, but when I first started streaming HOI4 on Twitch a long time ago, we got a lot of like wearaboos coming in. It was so weird. They're just like, oh, come on. Like, so anyways, about that, what is it? About that, you know, Germany, I'm just like, this is like the wrong place to talk about that type of thing. We're here to play a funny war game, not talk about the specifics of World War II. It's just like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we can attack the Shandong clique, which I think we might have to. Okay, so we have to annex them. I'm pretty sure we could rip them apart. Mostly just because I have access to Qingdao, so maybe if I just drop a couple more divisions over there. Let's maybe make a small landing force, and we'll make a new commander. We'll attach these here, here, and then this will be led by Field Marshal He Qing. And then this army will be led by Sun Lijin, and this one will be led by... let's see, any of these cavalry specialists? Nope, it's all infantry specialists. Zhang Lingfu. We're not, I don't know if I'm gonna join the Axis. I'll figure out what I want to do in a bit. So we'll have, what we'll do is we'll have these two. Okay, so what I want to do, I think, is we'll have this stack ready to go. Oh, we'll have this stack ready to go. And we're just gonna have them push straight into Yantai. And then we'll have this other batch here ready to go, if I can get them to position themselves here. And we'll have them push in towards Jinan. And then we'll get another army group out of whatever remnants I have sitting around. Attach here, go, split, make a new army commander led by you. And then we'll have them get ready to push in like this. I think that's a perfectly fine strategy. But yeah, we had a lot of weird people coming in every now and again, which was very interesting. Granted, I think a lot of them just don't come by here anymore. I don't know what's the cause of that, but I'm perfectly fine with a lot less weird folks coming in all the time. I think it's really one of those things like, listen, I'm here to play HOI4 because I enjoy my funny map painters. I'm not going to say I have map painter autism, but at this point I might as well say that I have some kind of addiction to map painter games, and HOI4 is one of them. Alright, so we're going to save the game in case I screw up. I'm going to save the game a lot, because if I screw up, I want to be able to rewind, like a YouTube rewind, which I think they stopped making now. I think they actually, didn't YouTube announce that they're done doing rewinds because they were so unpopular? Okay, so corruption has been reduced because we have managed to kick out all the corrupt people, and we're just gonna run around and... Oh shoot, this got oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I didn't realize that would trigger that focus being automatically cancelled. They just make recaps now? Oh, is that how that works now? Okay. I mean, I do wish YouTube... You know what's... Okay, you know what's really funny? So I saw recently... Okay, so we're gonna cancel this for now. And then we're just gonna do a different focus because I need to grab something else temporarily. We're gonna grab National Defense Council. And then I can declare war. So apparently, YouTube has implemented some kind of ridiculous AI management system for their... I don't know how to describe it, like content. Like determining who has what copyrights. And one of the biggest issues with this right now is that it's just basically saying certain people have copyright ownership of games that they don't actually own. For example, I think I saw Cleo mentioning that according to YouTube, she owns the copyright to the Civilization 7, and I think I saw someone else saying that they had the copyright to FNAF and things like that, and some Russian channel has the copyright control for like Fall Guys or Gary's mod, and it's actually just kind of ridiculous that YouTube doesn't actually pay attention to like who actually owns the copyright for these specific games. They're just kind of, it's literally just all vibes with them and their stupid AI thing, and it's like, oh, this is so bad. Why do they do this? Okay, maybe we just let them auto move around. I just need to move this batch in here, please. Okay, we can move you over here. There we go. It is absolutely ridiculous, though, that this is the timeline we live in. It's... everyone just wants to get the slice that AI pie. Well, yeah, I know there's no competition, but the other thing, too, is, like, they're just gonna keep doing... Like, I hate the fact that AI is just everywhere, because I don't know if anyone saw this, but you know, you all know Baldur's Gate 3. Everyone loved Baldur's Gate 3. Larian Studios, did you know they announced that they're gonna be using AI in all their creative processes moving forward? Like, can you imagine putting out one of the greatest games of all time, and then just going like, so anyways, we're gonna start using AI, and it's just like, oh, that's where we're at now. It's tragic. Okay, so we own all that now, so now we have to get ready for the other one. Maybe, I don't think I can declare on any of these folks. But we did get additional mills, so I can just dump that into guns. It's all over. If Larian Studios is doing it, yeah, we're kind of screwed. Hunt the Draft Dodgers. I think we gotta do that. I think we just run through that real quick. And this one should be fast. Anyways, Larians, fast one is for simple assistant dodge. Okay, I mean, if that's the case, okay. I think it really, maybe in that case, just I didn't have the context. Right, I can understand using it like assistance wise, but you know they gotta announce this. This is Road to. This should be. Isn't this the new version from NCNS, or is this like the Road to 56 one? NCNS China. Maybe I actually have the wrong focus tree. Oh, okay, so this is the cooler tree. Whoops. Yeah, I was running Road to 56 because I wanted to play Road to 56. I don't know if we're gonna ally with Japan. I don't think we're gonna ally with Japan. I don't think I want to. Well, I could just restart and play with the NCNS tree, but I kind of like this big fat tree. I'm too used to Road to 56 at this point, just I like the cool trees that it gives me. Give a massive boost to the State of the United Front national spirit, which does what? I don't see no national spirit for this. Okay. Let's see here. We can yell at all the other cliques to obey. So let's see, whittle down to cliques. We take Manchuria, which would give us a conquer war goal against Japan, which seems a little questionable. I guess we'll end Song's flirtations. Actually, no. We gotta do the land reform ones. Let's do sell public land. I think it's fine. My crazy saying trying to very one because like someone get the money. However, these other crazy money to record new voice instead release. Wait, is that what I thought? The whole thing was that they were wanting to just keep using AI to at least create new voices on the fly for the characters that they already recorded, and the VAs agreed. I didn't realize that they were now telling the VAs, hey, come back, we have money to pay you now for it, and please record the lines correctly. In that case, that's fine. That's good, at least. Not everything needs to be AI. I just hate it that everything is moving towards AI. It just kind of feels like it's getting rid of the joy, I guess, of creativity. And that's kind of where my big complaints are. Like, there's a point wherein, like, if you're using it for placeholder, I can understand using it for like placeholder content, right? But if you're just using it in the end product, it's actually kind of the reason why I can't stand websites like Etsy anymore, unless I vet that seller, because everything on that godforsaken website is AI nowadays. Oh my gosh. And just the Margie path as China. I've never played a HOI4 with a lot of game videos about it, how I learned a bit of it. What do you mean by Margie path? You gotta be a little more specific than that, because I don't know what that means. I don't know, but I would never sell my voice to AI generative anything. Like, nope, you want my voice, you gotta pay me money, boy. I need money. AI don't pay no bills. Exactly. Okay, so I think we gotta do the other one too, which is the Arable Rent Reduction Act, which will at least give us slightly higher, because we gotta get rid of we gotta finish the land reform. Yeah, we have like a time limit for this. Your ears flared up when you said the joy. What do you mean? Wait, how? What does that mean? Your ears flared up when I said the joy? Well, flamethrowers. Chinese flamethrowers? Sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, I have no political power. Now your room smells like paint thinner because you have to clean panel lines? Oh. Why'd you use paint thinner for that? Is that what people use? I don't know how this works. What's our conscription? Is it really bad still? Okay, so I think our conscription is still really bad. Oh, yeah, that's still really rough. Okay, so in that case... Maybe we do special military pay to eat up more factories so we get more manpower. Why is everything you're typing getting retracted? I am so confused. Whatever you're typing, I think the auto mod is not liking it, or there's an actual mod in chat and he's watching you very, very carefully. One of the two. Because every time he types something, It just gets eaten up and saying message retracted. Invitation from Jungle Ladies. Sure, let's go visit him. Propose an alliance with a communist. We want to ally with the communists temporarily. Is it the Twitch auto mod? I think it's the YouTube auto mod. Yeah. At least that's my thinking. Did I get my free Seiya pulls? I didn't get Seiya yet. You're weird in that you don't care about AI upsetting entertainment, but AI getting to ever present is bad. You got more into political. I mean, it's. I think the thing is we talk about it so much that I think the. No, not yours, Kahila. The other guy. Can I choose monarchy as path as China? I don't think you can. You can only go communist. At least in the mod I'm playing, it's basically communist, Republican, or like Democrat, or the Chiang Kai-shek dictatorship. I guess if we do this route, maybe allying with the communists is probably fine for now. Let me think how that would pan out. So they would go deal with. Then I have to deal with them later. No, we're not gonna ally with the communists. We'll burn them to the ground. Actually, no, let's align with them. I think that's just less overhead for me to deal with. We annex the Northeastern Army, which gets us more territory. Perfect. So we're gonna bypass these focuses for the time being, which is perfectly okay, because now I can focus on this. A little harder to not know the entertainment industry. No, I get that totally. Like, if your job is threatened by AI, I understand why people, get concerned. Mahushan has requested our aid in the fight against Sheng Chichai province, also fighting against Soviets. Soviets be damned, they have our full support. The Khotan clique, which is over here, is fighting off the communists. Ooh, we could get ready to deal with the Soviets. The Soviets would not like us, and then we're gonna have the real big war between China and the Soviet Union. Being safe in no context. Oh, gotcha. Actually, I don't even know what my setting is for moderation on YouTube. I don't know. I know you can choose like how strict you want it, but I have no idea how strict I sent it. Soviets be damned. They have our full support because I've already allied with the communists of China, so I don't care about the Soviets. I care about the Chinese, right? Can you imagine if HOI4 had like ethnicity mechanics like Vicky 3 does? Oh god. I think the reason why they didn't do it is because it's World War II. And, the whole thing that happened in Europe. If you know what I'm saying. Because in Vic 3, you have the option to be incredibly racist. Like, if you really wanted to make an ethno-state in Vic 3, you can. And it's like, alright, this is a little cursed. Alright, let's go deal with the, helping out our friends over there in the Khotan clique. I will send you volunteers. I can send you 4 volunteers. I will send you this stack of volunteers. Send them in. Let them partake in glorious combat. And I will also sign... we're fine. I mean, we are going capitalism. Technically, we don't have enough energy for our factories. Let me make that say Animal Crossing. Oh no, it's so funny. Like, what's that whole saying about like, oh, if you give a girl Animal Crossing, they're going to create ghettos and gulags before you know it, as they try to get the perfect as they try to find the perfect residence for their city. It's so funny. All right, so one of the Khanates got destroyed. And we're hearing somebody made women have votes in Victoria 3 and automatically voted in fast. I'm not even gonna get in that topic, but that sounds very cursed, but also very funny. I mean, to be fair, Vic 3 is a lot more of a politics simulator than HOI4, because HOI4 is very much a game of, HOI4 is a game of you're trying to conquer the world, right? It's basically a world conquest simulator. We all know that. Vic 3 is not a world conquest simulator. God, we don't have any weapons, do we? Lands to the Tiller will give us a lot of support for unaligned democracy. And then this will complete the land reform, but I think I can delay that for now because that thing eats up so much. I have no political power. My PP is empty. I'm in the negative, which is really bad. Alright, let's go grab... Let's see. I don't think I care about most of these. I do want to get the industry shenanigans up and running. Can you come to British populous China? No. You keep asking like a lot of really specific options. A lot of times, why would you even want to become a puppet of another country? I don't want to be a puppet of another country. I want to take over the other countries. It's a big difference. I guess that's true. It is very political micro. You just have the opposite happen. They vote for trade unionists. I tried playing with that politics mod, Ranu, and I just didn't like it. Wait, what on your PP? Listen, do you see my PP right here? Political power. You know what they also... I think they also used to call command power like Führer mana or something like that, because it's basically like the thing with Paradox games is they love just these really abstract currencies, right? Because I remember CK3 has like a lot of them, and every time they add a new one, people are like, oh great, another magic currency that I can use to mind control my opponents. Because it's true. It's like, here's influence, here's your renown, here's your piety. Here, I said that correctly, right? Piety, not piety. And then other words, other special magic number that you can just spend to do things, like literally mind controlling people and telling them, I need you to kill someone. Which I think is really funny. Okay, so unfortunately I do not have any of this, so I can use... Because I would love to make use of all these, but I cannot. Blue shirts are running rampant, and we gotta do the land reform. Yeah. What about BPM? What do you mean BPM? Seriously, my political power is so bad. Oh my gosh, there's no way I can make any decisions. I can't recruit advisors. Oh, the tragedy. Let's grab construction too. Oh, better politics mod. Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried using Politics Plus or better politics, I just didn't like it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I like the generic mechanics. Now let's quickly grab... Ooh, refound... Ooh, 2 mills is crazy good. The other option is... Prepare for national liberation. Retake Manchuria, seize the engine, prepare for civil war. That's much later. Still don't know what this national spirit they're talking about is. National revolution. Yeah, there's like a national spirit that keeps telling me that I have, that I definitely don't see. 100-day my choice to go to US Senators, try to go past US subject Senators, sorry. I mean, I don't play the modern politics, the modern day mods, strictly because, like in real life, it's very much a tense situation where no matter what you do, you're gonna have a flashpoint and you're gonna trigger World War III. And quite frankly, I find World War II to be that period of conflict that I find the most, at least, not necessarily easy to digest, but I find it more engaging than modern war type stuff, which kind of just like a me opinion on that, but that's how I feel. Because you think about it, like, I like the fact that, it's like that in between of like the high mobility options of Cold War before nukes were everywhere. It's much more conventional. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's a very conventional war. Modern war is not a conventional war. It's very much like small scale operations type deal. And that's kind of why I also don't like Cold War content very much again too, because that's why I never played things like TNO. Hello Garm, good evening. How are you doing? God, I tried playing TNO one time. Not on stream, but on like my personal time. And it's just... TNO is like it's a visual novel. It's too much to read. I know, Garm, it's not the funny Soviet game, but I wanted to play this funny game instead. Also, we're playing as China. And China's an interesting experience as well. Ooh, I kind of want the mills. I guess we'll end Song's flirtations. Maybe maybe not yet. Let's see. Let's quickly grab more things that just get us ready for war. We found the Jiangang Arsenal is probably correct. Tino's visual novel, grand strategy elements. It really does. Like, it's so much to take in, and that's why I don't like TNO. Like, again, TNO is kind of like a Cold War. What if Germany wins World War II? Because God knows there's so much fiction about that exact scenario. Good Lord, so many want to do a what if Germany won? And it's like, there's no way they're ever gonna win. But oh my God, the wearaboos. They love every situation. Like, but God, can you imagine if, you know, Germany just managed to launch their Wunderwaffen and destroy all of Britain's air force and the RAF falls to the mighty Luftwaffe? And it's just like, brother, silence. No, it's like, it's actual discussions I've seen online. And I mean, I get wanting to see like alt history stuff. I love alt history, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them really take some crazy liberties. Oh, there it is, the justification of Japan against China. Let's get ready. All right, so we got to get ready for this nonsense. So first of all, I think this, I have not been paying attention to this conflict here, but we should probably get ready to push up and out. And then over here in the main front, let's get ready to deal with this. So we're not going to attack here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have this army group. I'm going to move essentially all the major infantry over to Chiang Kai-shek. And I'm going to have him just kind of border... Okay, Heavy Chanars, I believe, under... not in anyone's control. And then I'm going to have this other stack here. Get ready to essentially defend primarily the ports, I think, is the main things we got to defend. So naval bases and the coastline. We'll figure that out. Soviet game political general Republic of China. Oh, trust me, we are posturing against the Soviet Union, but I kind of need to posture against, you know, the bigger threat right over here. You know, the big ol', you know, land of the rising sun. Also, I think I was supposed to take this maid uniform off like 25 minutes ago, but I completely forgot. How's this for a reliable weapon? A reliable transmission? Or basically, okay, to be fair, I kind of get the idea of wanting big Wunderwaffe, because whenever I play HOI4, you might have noticed where it's like, if I have the option to build a comically large and unnecessary weapon, I'm going to take that option. Like when I played Japan and I'm like, oh my God, I can build the Yamato. I'm gonna build the Yamato, even if it's completely useless. So it's like, yeah, like I said, if the option for a Wunderwaffen exists, I am going to take it because it's so stupid and I want it. I want to have the comical weapon, even if it's completely useless. Holy cow, I've not been taking any of the artillery buffs. We're so boned. I would absolutely build an Evangelion. Like, I wish mech suits like that were real. Can you imagine? Actually, I'm suddenly reminded of, I don't know if anyone ever read or watched Infinite Stratos. Infinite Stratos is this anime series that basically in the far future, or I guess the near future, they've developed mech suits, except only women can pilot them, and all major conflicts are now resolved through arena fights with the mech suits. Like, oh, you have to represent your country and fight in the arena. And I was like, it kind of reminded me a lot of like the League of Legends old lore with the journal, with the, you know, the Tribunal, or the League of Legends, I guess as they were called. But I don't recommend looking up the designs for Infinite Stratos, even though I really kind of enjoyed the designs. I kind of wanted to draw one for myself, but it's a little skimpy. This is the best way I'm going to describe it. All right, let's get ready for the war against Japan. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do... Let's set up the big rear plan to make sure we're ready for this conflict, which I don't think we're ready for this conflict at all. Like, I'm pretty sure we're boned, just because we don't have a lot of materials. But we're gonna try our best to survive. Realistically, we're gonna primarily need guns more than anything else. So I can use a German text to learn everything's model to be familiar with drove a lot. Nothing will be more than calculated of the mechanism. I've seen the things in that show, and I was always like, this is weird. Like, I never saw Darling in the Franks, and I was like, but I remember seeing something about it, and I was like, this is a really weird mech suit. I'm like, is this really a mech suit? It's kind of adolescent. Yeah. Well, you know, especially impractical are so special places. I think kids and men are just attracted to big dumb things. Not even just men too. I think just people in general are attracted to big dumb things, and mech suits are kind of like evocative of just the big stupid weapon. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do the land reform. I think it's too late. So I will deal with a stability penalty in the very, very near future, because I can't do anything about that. Let's grab, alright, are we gonna survive? I don't think we're gonna survive this. Let's grab army focus, it's fine. You tried Frank's, not a fan? Yeah, I'm not a fan of Frank's that much either. Select him across. You know what? Just stick to watching Gundam, or just watching Gundam parodies. I still need to see the last Evangelion movie. I've been meaning to watch the last Evangelion film, and I just have not had an opportunity to watch it. Like, whatever it's called, like Evangelion 3+1, because Lord forbid we call it 4. We have to call it 3+1. Because Anno is a crackhead, I guess. Here we go. So we can truce with Japan, but they will gain control of Shandong, which is not ideal. Or we declare on them. We have reached the breaking point. Okay, the War of Resistance. Okay, so we're going to create the Chinese United Front, which will grant us a bunch of buffs. Oh, so that's when we get the buff. Okay, so there we go. Our economy is now corrected again a little bit, so let's get ready to fight. So we're going to set a new faction goal. Our faction is to... First of all, we must... Let's see here. Organize the resistance. Yeah, and then we're going to invite the Shang-Chi clique. And then, let's see who else we can invite. We can invite a lot of people. Hebe Chanhar will also be invited to our faction. Okay, now we have to get ready. It's time to defend China. Chiang Kai-shek will lead the front over here and try to hold the line around, and then try to push into Beijing. We are definitely gonna need... Oh, okay, maybe that's bad. Okay, let's grab this army group. We're gonna have to deal with another issue, so I'm gonna need to make a mobile task force real fast. And their whole goal is to basically try to hold the line wherever Japan makes a landing. We'll go here, we're gonna assign you here, and we're just gonna make you specifically hold the line. Let's see, we can probably hold around the mountains if we're quick enough, but I do want to hold the Qingdao port as long as possible. There we go. Usotsuke, Anno. Also, yeah, didn't Gainax die? Yeah, but I think a lot of the major people in Gainax just left already. The people don't do stupid things with the cranes. Oh, that's fair. People love to do stupid things with cranes. You feel like the only way to certain factions in World War II and the USA Civil War is big choices and like not getting involved. You say I didn't join World War II for some reason. Blah blah blah. Germany. Like a lot of there's a lot of ways to think about it. I know the most common one is like, well, what if Germany just didn't attack? You know, what if Germany just didn't attack Russia? It's like, okay, well, then Russia's going to attack Germany. Like, you take your pick. It's gonna happen one way or another. They're gonna go to war. Those two people were never going to ever have a long-lasting peace. One of the two is gonna fight the other, and then you end up with World War II one way or the other. Oh, wage unequal war. If we are to win this war, we cannot fight as a normal nation. Instead, we shall fight where the enemy... We shall fight the enemy where he isn't. We will stab him in the back and destroy his fighting capability before he gets to the front. Okay, so we'll do this. So one of the big things right now is that, unfortunately, Japan does have some significant buffs fighting us. Yeah, so they don't have as many buffs right now, but I have to hold the line as best I can. I realistically expect to lose Beijing, Hebei Chanar, and like Hebei, and then maybe we hold the line. I think this is the Yellow River, so maybe we have to form a front there at a later point. Because unfortunately the Japanese have already made landing. Now I'm trying to kick him out as fast as I can, but that might not be feasible. You can dip out. Alright, Garm, I hope you managed to get some rest. I know you're probably not feeling too well with work. It sounds like is driving you nuts. But I hope you have a nice, relaxing time. Let's see. A Mecha Musume, Mecha Girl, Design Grafana, Kettenkrad becomes armor a la Mospeda. I don't know what a Mospeda is, but I do love the Kettenkrad. I don't know why I'm obsessed with that vehicle. Like, there's something about the Kettenkrad is just so appealing to me that I'm like, I want one of these one day. I know Ray will never let me have one, but the idea of owning one, it's beautiful. Holy cow, there is a lot of planes here. I do not have nearly enough planes to even try fighting back the Japanese, but we're gonna send our planes in anyways, and maybe they can try to do something. Just try to intercept them. Don't try to maintain air superiority, just survive. What we'll also do is we will low intensity, so they'll return, and only during the daytime, and try to hopefully hold the line there. Give you a scenario without many changes, also known for being fast and across the communist power and Lenin instead of sound. Like I said, HOI4 is basically the game that you play if you want to have an alt history World War II. There was a author that I like reading, Harry Turtledove, where he used to he made like a really long book series called, I think it's called the Southern Victory series. It's a very, very long book series. I highly recommend it if you're into alt history, but the general premise is that, oh gosh, we need more soldiers. I'm just gonna slam out these Senjiao Juns, which are basically 6 with whatever divisions, because I just need people. And the idea was like, what if the South won the Civil War and they have a steady, you know, like a North-South, you know, kind of like Korea situation? It's actually a very interesting read if you like that type of content. I definitely recommend it, because it goes all the way through World War II, essentially. And at that point, the South finally loses and is folded into the United States proper, which is what made it interesting. Okay, so we're never getting Yantai back. That's basically a wash for now. We're holding the line as best as we can, but it's getting a little tough. Chiang Kai-shek is doing his best to hold, but we may need to give him some buffs. He doesn't have a lot of buffs. What are my options for... Okay, so I have land mass assault, and I cannot pick a doctrine right now. Otherwise, I probably would have picked something like... probably would have taken defensive postures. Yeah. We'll probably try to take defensive postures at some point. Yes, send us divisions, send us some guns. Sure. Okay, that's fine. I'd rather they just control their own troops and send them out here, but whatever. Southern front is fine. Although just keep an eye on that. The Yellow Sea is obviously under attack, and they're trying to do naval invasions, and I can't actually hold them off because, good God, there's so many of them. Different topic. What's my choice in character? Was I gonna big pants and big jacket? I think I kind of like big jacket more than big pants in character. I just see those like lasting problems. I can try and attack so many countries in the world between USA and run these things great. I wonder why I didn't attack USA at that time. Because you have to remember, I think at the time the US was still recovering from the Great Depression, and on top of that, Japan wanted to flex its muscles as masters of the Pacific Ocean. So it's also just a point of national pride for them to kick the US in the balls, not realizing that they may have awoken like the greatest military industrial capacity the world ever had at the time, and thus they got destroyed eventually. But there definitely were times where, you know, what if Japan had successfully invaded Hawaii? You know, that type of thing, on top of like destroying the Pacific Fleet. Like in an alternate reality where the carrier fleet was at Pearl Harbor, could have been disastrous for the US. It would have taken many years to get those carriers up and running, but since they survived, the US is able to pivot into a carrier-based, you know, naval warfare strategy rather than relying strictly on, you know, capital ships or capital battleships like was common. So a lot of things could have happened for that. Oh jeez, I am okay. So at least we're gonna at least hold them back. Integrate the cliques. Subjugate and annex them, but maybe we don't do that right now. We gotta find a way to hold the line, which means we're gonna go straight down the military tree as best as we can. That's so funny. Let's see. So maybe the best option is the big rear plan will allow us to convert factories and also add bonuses to all of our fully formed states. Set up the big rear plan. Have we done that yet? We have, so that's ready to go. And then I think for now, let's just do this this military branch is kind of rough, but I think the correct thing to do... So we gotta just kind of go down this route, I think. Shanghai, Nanking, forts. Where's Shanghai? Shanghai is... Nanjing and Shanghai. So we can get forts around here, which at least let us hold around that river. Not the worst idea. I think the coastal forts are kind of lost. It's also 70-day focuses. That's really annoying. Because we can't do any of these. I think the correct thing to do is we do try to deal with this now. So I think what we have to do is we need to go with probably mass fortifications for now. Okay. Alright, have a good night, Zoingo Rest. Welcome, right? Thanks for swinging by. You think one of the hilarious things out of Outer Worlds 2 and some of the science were so fun for some past them. What do you mean? I've never played Outer Worlds 2. Sometimes I mix that up with Outer Wilds, even though I know they're two completely separate games. They just have such similar names, you know what I mean? Like all of Criminal Task Force the whole time is battleships. Curious to use novelties in the Pacific War. I mean, I guess, but like I said, in the reality we ended up with, carriers won because turns out small aircraft are a lot stronger and more accurate than throwing shells out. I will say, I do enjoy, I'm kind of a sucker for those, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like boomer World War II flicks. Not like the older ones, but like the more modern-y ones, which is very much just like a feel-good, all-American World War II film. I think there was one in particular that I remember that I was watching recently because it had Tom Hanks in it. It was called Greyhound, I think is what it was. And I was like, this is such a stereotypical, like, feel-good World War II film about, yes, the brave American officer and then the evil German you know, submarine captain. And it was like only 90 minutes too. And I was like, the movie sounded amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the audio in that film was great. But yeah, that movie was just like, it's not exactly super crazy or anything, but it was still enjoying. Wait, yeah, it's not on Netflix, right? Isn't it like on Apple or something? I don't know. There's so many like films like this and I'm just like, oh, whatever, I'll watch it. I'm finding it fun. Ooh, that's really bad. All right, we got to get defensive posture. So I need another... Oh god, I do not have enough political power for this. Yeah. Trying got his aircraft carriers back. They're converted cruisers. Oh yeah, I know. Like, I know nowadays a lot of the names of those ships have been allocated to major to like the modern Japanese fleet, right? So I know that they've been reusing the titles. Wow, we are just not able to hold a line here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, at least for Chiang Kai-shek, is I'm gonna give him full motorization priority, which may not be enough to survive. Give him half motorization, but I think we may need to just pull back. Because like we just can't hold Qingdao. Qingdao's like holding on for dear life, but I think Qingdao's lost. We're gonna flip this into a additional front here. Actually, we're gonna consolidate, so we're gonna merge you in there, and then I'm gonna take this entire stack here. We're gonna consolidate the army groups into like 2 armies here, and then I'm gonna have them. I think this one will maintain defensive postures, and ideally if I could grab, let's see, what am I missing? Probably weapons. I'm down 30k weapons. Yeah. You don't hoist a Jolly. Yeah, you gotta hoist that Jolly Roger. Or in my case, I just have a, what do you want to call it? A Usenet stack or a Usenet setup where I could just acquire things that I desire without too much issue. All right, yeah, I don't know how we're gonna survive this. Wow, we have a lot of options available to us in terms of decisions. The only problem is I have no political power available to do anything with. Oh, we can't even do Scorched Earth either. Because I just have negative 118 I don't know how I ended up with such negative political power. It's actually kind of nuts, and I'm going crazy trying to figure out how to fix it. Oh god, this is gonna be an interesting run. I don't know if we can survive, but we'll try our best. Oh look at that! We're already losing 2 soldiers who got picked up there. By the way, I'm kind of surprised at how well The Twitch stream seems to be going, at least in terms of video feed. Because I know I'm streaming it vertical and horizontal, so if you're watching it either way, please let me know how it's panning out. I thought it was going to eat up more of my GPU, but I think it's using the special NVIDIA chip, or whatever you call it, to handle the processing. My frames in-game are fine. At 4 speed, I'm getting about 45, which is reasonable, I think, for HOI4. Oh my gosh. They are just punching through. And I can't push them back. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I just pull back to like, okay, these need, okay, you need all fall back. Just give up on the port. Just let's retreat and let's get ready to defend the line. So I'm gonna take everything on this guy, and I'm just gonna have him create a, I was hoping to hold the line at the Yellow River, but that's not happening at all. We're just gonna have to hold around Nanjing. Let's get ready to form a line around Nanjing and just try to hold like here. Okay. Turn your laptop, but still landscape? Okay. Like I said, I'm just kind of curious like how people are consuming the content, because I know not everyone's into the vertical content thing because it's very much a TikTok brain rot build, but you know, again, it's kind of a test. Did you get the option for the test, Rachel, or you're not gonna try it? I think you had to apply for it, and I was like, all right, sure, I'll apply, and they were like, here you go. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is a thing that I can do now. We are so boned. Do I just go get tanks? Let's get the combat service support. You don't see it? Okay, yeah, I think you have to I think you have to get an email from them, because I think it's like an invite only type deal, and I was like, all right, I'll apply. Okay, so hopefully we can get that defensive line going. 27 divisions on that border. Let's get 32 divisions on that border, and then Chiang Kai-shek, I think what we're gonna do for him is I'm gonna let the northern front hold the north, and we're gonna consolidate the southern front around here. I do not want to lose Kaifeng, so I want to make sure we hold that. Let's get all of our troops out of here and get ready to hold down there. Yeah, I think that's the best we can do. Oh my gosh, we're still just getting run over. Like there's non-stop. Like I just can't hold the line. Oh my gosh, they're just running us over. I can't stop them. Oh, they're gonna take the city too. Yeah. It's like a tumor that I can't excise. This is so bad. China is not an easy country to play. I'll give you that. I'll tell you that much, because you will be losing early. We're also dealing with corrupted economy. I have no political advisors. I have no generals, so I have just no penalties. Like a tumor I can't excise. Oh my gosh, yeah, they're taking Kangfeng, and they're gonna get Jingzhou as well. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's just the border is just getting crushed. Hold here. No, hold here as best as you can. Maybe if we can kick him out of Kaifeng, that might be fine. See if we can retake Kaifeng by distracting them as quickly as we can. Oh my gosh, I can't stop them. Oh, it's just awful. Thank you, Shogun Ryuji, for the follow. Welcome aboard, comrade. Welcome to watching me be bad. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the south. Oh my gosh. They got Jiamen. No, I wasn't paying attention. They're probably doing another invasion around Fuzhou. Maybe the correct thing to do would be around Fuzhou. Oh my gosh, what happened? Why did I lose an entire army group? Oh, did they get crushed? Oh shoot, they probably got crushed. How many troops have I lost? Lost 745k, and I've only killed 69 of them, yeah. The Japanese war machine shall never stop. Listen, we're trying our best to survive. On the stream, I haven't dropped a single frame, Kahila. It's going pretty good. Okay, so I think we just lose Jingzhou, just leave it. And then let's just try to do our best to hold. But yeah, look at that. They're just spreading around, and our own troops can't hold the line. Because I just can't get... I would love to stage the embankment breach incident to give them penalties. But I just don't have the political power, and that's the biggest issue. This is just suffering. Especially in the heavy age. Okay, they may still be of use to us. I need the political power more than anything. So I'm gonna do that. We are quickly losing Jingzhou unless I just reinforce that thing quickly. I'm trying to give it as much troops as it needs to hold, but the thing is I don't even have equipment capture ratio, so I can't even steal their guns, which is also really obnoxious. Man still serves for the dark patch that embarked from refit and redeployment is the idea ever gets signed off on. I know, isn't that the common case for like a lot of militaries? Actually, I remember reading somewhere recently that the UK just straight up doesn't have enough money to maintain their fleet anymore. And people are basically calling it the end of the British era of dominance because they used to be known for their grand British fleet that took over most of the world, and now it's just a husk of its former self. Wait a second, hold on, we're holding around Jingzhou? Okay, hold on, there might be hope yet. There might be hope yet. Alright, where to fortify? Beijing, well, Beijing's already fallen. Around the Yellow River in Henan, which... Didn't we lose Henan already? Where's Henan? Okay, around Henan. There we go, look at that, we got a lot more forts, so now we can hold that even stronger. Prepare for national liberation, which will strengthen Chiang Kai-shek's control, I think. Oh my gosh, even with all those forts, it's still not enough to hold the line. Oh my gosh, yeah, that southern front's just screwed. We got 9 divisions that I have to assign either to northern front or southern front. Okay, so I think we have to assign it here just so I can get ready to hold. Yeah. You bashes nothing but VLS missiles. Now you have to finish making your mod for HOI4. Pain. Oh boy. The trope of random game modders showing up into an Oak stream continues yet again. Normally it's Star Sector and RimWorld, and now we have HOI4. Alright, tell us, what is your HOI4 mod? Tell us what your HOI4 mod is, because I need to know. Because we get a variety of modders in here all the time. Kind of part of the course for this channel for some reason. It happens very frequently. Also, I do need to use the restroom at some point, so hopefully I think we can survive. I think we're expected to lose the early part of the game regardless. But it's just trying to hold the line is so difficult. Because, like, look at this. I can't even do, like, limited co-op or take direct control of the field warlords, mobilize against the Empire of Japan to get us more mobilization and factory output. We just do not have firearms, which is also the other big problem, too. The A-10 is, and will not explain, what, the A-10, what do they call it, the Warthog? Isn't that the whole, isn't, like, the whole thing because that thing's gun essentially eats up most of the weight on that thing? And because I remember, like, the whole idea of that, like, the main issue with the I'm trying to remember specifically, but I know the whole thing is, like, the whole thing with the Warthog is that it has that ridiculous autocannon on the front of it, which was made by what, the people who make washing machines, GM, and it's they have to fit it on there a specific way because as it chewed through its rounds, it weighed less and screwed up the center of gravity or something like that. Okay, so I think we have to revive the National Defense Propaganda, which gets us a bunch of buffs for a while. So let's do that. Let's see, what does you got here? Your mod is, you deleted your original one called Twitch Mania, but now the new one is Twitch Mania Redux. Basically, whoever you follow plays HOI4 will become their own country if they want to. Twitch streamers you come to talk to HOI4 and not become country. Oh, okay, so it's one of those. That's kind of funny. Well, let me know if you ever finish it. I wouldn't mind, like, taking a look at it and maybe streaming it if I ever play HOI4 on stream in the future, but we do a lot of weird mods. Like, I do a lot of, like, the anime mods. I still think one of the best mods I've ever seen in this was, the My Little Pony mod. I think that one's like, it's funny to say it, but I do think that mod is like one of the best things I've ever seen come out of the HOI4 community. That thing is crazy good. Okay, so we can select a new faction goal. Okay, so we lost maintain control of the coastline. Inflict damage on the aggressors. I think that should be fine. Let's try doing that. And then let's see. There's a couple of tiles we might be able to make a push in, but again, I just kind of want to hold the line. And I'm almost able to get defensive postures, which will give us, start letting us farm EXP on this category. It has a good story, Equestrian War. It really does. That's the main thing I love about it. It does so much story to it, and it's so enjoyable. That's why I love Equestria at War. Oh my gosh, we're actually taking some tiles back. Hold on. We might have stalled the loss. Because we just have so many troops that they can't push through. I think the Japanese are stalling. It might be okay. We might be fine here. Nice fart. Let's see. I'm trying to read chat at the same time while I'm like playing the game. Let's see. The A10 is most blue and blue kills out of any infantry the US has. The A10 has a lot of fans that never looked at statistics. I don't care about the A10. Heal of Aardvark, escape pod not ejection sheets. I don't know what. I have to look up some of these planes because one thing I need to point out is I'm not very good at like identifying planes very much. I know like the basics, like, you know, like, oh, this is a fighter jet that the US has in the modern military. This is a Warthog. This is a VTOL, like an Osprey type thing. But really, I have a near full autismo knowledge of World War II content. Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention to the South. All right, we have to lose this defensive line. We gotta quickly take Hangzhou back and just try to knock him out quickly. Holy cow, I was not paying attention here. We gotta stop them from fully surrounding us. We might be a little late on that, which is the biggest issue, and we may be screwed. Hello, Hoovy, how are you? What are my options here? Okay, so now that we have political power, we can acquire German guns for 30 PP and lose 1 Hapro influence, which I think is fine. Yeah, I think we need guns more than anything, so I will purchase those German firearms. Okay, so they did manage to take over that entire area, so I wasn't able to stop that. I think we're just going to lose that territory, and we're just going to try to create a border around here. But again, we may be pushed inland further. I haven't lost the coast yet. The coast is still mine a little bit. We still own Shanghai and Nanjing, which is the big ones. So there's still a chance. I'm going to keep huffing that copium. Oh my gosh, we don't have factories. Build the factories inland. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're losing so many factories. Oh lord. Wait, hold on, they just walked out. What the world? What the heck? Okay, wait, hold on. Can I actually just run them over? Can I just take Hangzhou back? I commit everything here and I just press force attack. Is that enough? Progress, continue progress tomorrow. 10-14 nations. Well, let me know if it ever pans out. You said it's called Twitch Mania? HOI4. Okay, I was like trying to see if I could Google it, but if you said you removed it, then that's probably why it's not there anymore. Alright, have a good night, Kahila. Thanks for swinging by. I hope you have a good rest. Yeah, their lines are getting overextended. Like, I'm sure I might be able to hold them off at some point. Oh yeah, I'm just burning through troops. And we have enough manpower. The problem is I've lost 265k. That's 100k. So I've lost about 3 soldiers for every 1 soldier I kill. And not to mention, obviously, Japan is running over all the other countries as well. Now, I don't know why Japan just lost like another fat stack there, but oh man. I can't push forever. Oh, they're out here. They're here to take Wuhan. Can I hold Wuhan? Oh my lord. Okay, I think this might be over. I think this might be a dead run, which is tragic because it's only like 2 hours into stream, 1.5 hours into stream. There's gotta be a better strategy for dealing with this. Okay. Let's see. I could Scorch Earth this. We could also prep the breach incident to flood things. Strive for survival. Division recovery rate might be fine here. Well, hold on. Look up here. It seems like the allies are at least making a good push in the center of this entire front. So maybe as long as we can keep holding the line, maybe things can still go in our favor. So we'll have to just try. Not ready to give up quite yet. This front is going to be so massive. But they can't push us all in here. Also, I have a navy that I completely forgot about. Maybe I could have been using this to harass the enemy, but probably wouldn't have been able to do much. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's do convoy raiding. Just convoy raid them. Let's see if our tiny fleet can do anything. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. They're running out of supply, but so am I. Oh, more divisions. Oh, look at these poor, pathetic provisional brigades. All right, do their best. Let's send 3 of you here. And we'll send the other 2, make a new army group attached here, assigned to you. All right, good luck. Alright, let's hope they can survive. Just a little bit longer. Because they are making a push right over there. Because I think any territory that's originally ours will come back to us, so... If we hold the south long enough, the north will succeed. That's the strategy now. Hold. Hodl, as they say. As the kids like to say, hodl. Okay, so I need to push probably you over here. Oh, boy. Yeah, they're just taking all that. Oh my gosh, look at this. We actually destroyed some Japanese ships. Look at that. 7 carriers and a cruiser. And we're just running with... What is this? 1, 2, so what is that? 5, 6 coastal defense ships and 3 destroyers? Oh my gosh, look at that. The Chinese Navy. Finally, we've invented drone technology and we're implementing it in World War II. We lost Hangzhou. Oh my gosh. Nanjing is still holding, but they're pushing into our land. I don't know if our cavalry can hold the line. I need, oh, here we go. Let's grab defensive posture. So this will improve our entrenchment by 20%. That might give us a little bit of a buff. And there we go. Got division recovery. And then, let's see. Bonus against warlords, collaborators. I think these are not necessary right now. We got to find something that just gives us any buff that I can get my grubby hands on. So I could try to do industrial evacuations, but I don't know if that's even useful anymore. The big rear plan. I think we have to do this one. Gives us a little bit of defense, and maybe we need to start... Maybe what we need to do is maybe we do give up this entire western area. Yeah. Yes, Juji. Imagine a new DLC changes for HOI4. It changes a lot for HOI4. Maybe I just give up this entire section and just try to fight inland. I think that's correct. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move everyone to here, and then I'm gonna make a brand new... We're just gonna make we're gonna make a fallback line, and we're gonna try to hold approximately the rail. And then if we can somehow manage to pull this off, that'd be great. Although I have very little hopes, honestly, of holding this. Let's see. So let's try to reorganize our front here. We'll sacrifice Nanjing, Shanghai, and all that other stuff. Just pull back as best as we can and see what we can do. China will fall. No, we're gonna do our best to survive. Hello, Riston. How are you? Okay, we already lost. We're losing Changde, which is also a problem. Okay, we're gonna move some of these over here now. Move here. Try to hold Changde as best as we can. Just throw more bodies at it. Your Ipu, are you sleepy? It's been a hot minute. What's up? I'm doing pretty good, Mimic. How are you? You might notice our HOI4 run is going a little bit in a negative direction, and I'm trying to fix that. Wow, I got a bunch more soldiers. Okay, so we're gonna assign this stack of 9 to you and try to get them moving. Again, we're sacrificing the coast. It ain't over yet. We're still holding. Changde is holding. Perfect. The big rear plan is going to give us a bunch of buffs, so that'll help us at least hold the line until we can stabilize. And then we're going to lure them in strategy to get us a little bit... Look at this. More buffs. More buffs. Okay. So yeah, we're sacrificing Nanjing and just trying to get out of here quickly. They killed the last emperor. I know. Listen, if I have to restart, we're gonna play... If we have to restart, I'm gonna go play Manchuria, and we're gonna try to dump... We're gonna do the Qing restoration and have him control and reclaim the mandate of heaven. The lure them in strategy's been removed because of prerequisites are no longer... What was the prerequisites for this? What was the prerequisites for lure them in? Weird. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so again, we're pulling back as best as we can, although a lot of our troops are kind of stuck in some weird conflict that they don't need to be in. Just pull out as fast as we can. Well, again, we're trying to form the new defensive line, and it might be enough to hold if we can kick them out of these, but I don't know why we're not set up on some of these territories. There we go. So now I can just order this Doom Stack to strike there. Falling out, the fallback is working, kind of, maybe. If we can just grab this tile, I think we'd be good to go. And then our front line will be secure. The death of Liu Xiang. The Sichuan clique. We should step in. I don't know what that does. If it comes out, you might make some other expansive for more focus trees. I hope it pans out really well, especially if you're just I hope you theme the focuses on, you know, on the streamers very well. I don't know how much of their communities you pay attention to, and like what memes and jokes or what they're really about, but hope that you put that into mind. You're the proud owner of 4 Beyblades. What kind of Beyblades? I don't know much about Beyblades anymore. Destroyed a single cruiser and a few convoys. Top part of the naval battleships that ship survives. Bottom mentions the ones that died. Oh, trust me, I know how it works. Let's grab high-powered cartridges. Our weapons will get stronger. Okay, so I have my factories only making guns because I have only 4 factories now. Where'd my ships go? Ah! Okay, well, I lost all my ships, unfortunately. Looks like the Japanese fleet decided to come in full force with, oh, I don't know, 2 carriers and 3 battleships and 44 destroyers and 6 cruisers and 2 armored cruisers. Yeah, alright, we don't have a navy anymore. Alright, the Shanxi clique is now integrated with us, that's fine. We're still holding the line, which is good. I think as long as we can grab that tile, we should be Gucci. Changdae's still holding, fantastic. And then I'm just going to quickly rearrange this front line to be a little bit more like this. I think that'll be perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to give Mr. Chiang Kai-shek here, we're going to give him access to Ambusher to give him extra entrenchment. Another 5 entrenchment for the man. I know a lot of people are like really into Beyblades because it's like one of those things. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of money for like toys. So I definitely didn't have Beyblades, but man, now that I'm an adult with money, I could buy Beyblades if I wanted to. But now Beyblades are so expensive, I don't even feel like buying Beyblades anymore. It's so tragic. It's truly a tragedy. All right, so screens. I guess 100 killers would have been better, or some of this, but I don't really care about our navy right now. I care more about our army, which again is a bit of a disaster, but if we can just keep getting these bonuses, that'll be fine. Are they 10 bucks a pop now? I don't know how much they cost. Okay, the line is holding. Almost managed to kick him out of this tile. Okay, there we go. So now the front is perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to extend this out slightly. Okay, so we can hold Kaifeng. There we go. The entire center has been kind of surrendered, and we're going to set our deploy point to be right around here. Okay. Only the boy and a man is that man can buy his own toys. It's true. Like, why do you think I bought a 3D printer? Because I can print my own toys. Normal toys, not the weird stuff, because I don't think you would want to be using that for weird toys. But, you know, I can make my own trains. I've talked about it before, but if I ever get into model trains, I can make, you know, train stations instead of having to buy them at like $30 from a Japanese hobby shop. Which I think is pretty cool. And I'm about to lose that tile there, even though we're just defending a bridge. Okay, you are under this guy, so I want you to go full last stand mode. You will not lose that tile. You will hold until the day you die. We may not have a air force, but they will try anyways. Also, I don't know where these guys are coming from, but I need to assign them to the correct division. So I'm going to assign these 3 to you, and then this one to you, and then you're going to get Ambusher as well, so it gets us even more ambush potential. Perfect. Listen, I don't think you would want to use 3D printed stuff for that because of all the ridges. All right, I think that's at the point you have to go with like injection silicone or something. Okay, here we go. So we can prepare a provincial capital. So as long as we own Sichuan, we can basically get us some stuff to protect us, so we'll do that. And then the most desperate hours will give us additional bonuses as well, and then stage the breach incident, which will give huge penalties, I think. Could also scorch earth it, but we don't control most of these, so it's probably not worth scorch earthing. Maybe scorch earthing Wuhan is correct. Alright, we'll Scorch Earth Wuhan. As long as we hold long enough, I think we can Scorch Earth it, and that might be correct. There we go. Oh my gosh, Changdae is holding on for dear life. This city is the greatest battle known to man. Look at all these soldiers of Chiang Kai-shek holding, defending. Also, I don't know why we have all these like cavalry divisions, because cavalry is so useless for us now. Look at these things. Hail to the glory? What do you mean? Hello there, Normar. How are you? I guess we'll get Anti-field or field anti-vehicle kits is fine. Yeah, look at that. So they actually managed to split Japan up again in half, which is very convenient. However, they're getting pushed in the northern front because they're just kind of pushing through the Mongolian territory. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'm going to keep taking my soldiers here, which for some reason I have a lot of really weird soldiers hanging around. I'm going to actually make a new army group for this. We might use them to make offensive pushes. Because I believe these armies are actually generally well stocked. So if I can find an opening... Actually, wait a second. There's an opening right here in Beijing. I can just take Beijing. I don't think they're paying attention. You get a Molotov, you get a Molotov, everyone's... Exactly! It's the true Finnish way. Alright, we have to embrace the strategies used in the Great Korean Finno hyper war of 10,000 BC. Alright, that's the real strategy here. Alright, we're gonna pull these... I need to pull some of these over there. Not all of them, but I need to pull some of them over. Just to at least give a little bit more protection to Kaifeng. Because that tile's holding on for dear life. Okay, so unfortunately we did lose Kaifeng. I was unable to hold it. Wuhan is still holding. Chengdu's holding. That's fine. Hello, Normar on the other side. Molotov was born a lot earlier than I thought. Yeah, didn't you know? That's how it works. The Molotov was born in negative 10,000 BC because of the Great Korean Finnish Hyper War that set back a society hundreds of thousands of years of technology. Okay, so I don't care about most of these. Holy cow, that's unnecessary to look at. Okay, let's quickly hide these because I don't care about allied coordination. And then hide that. And then industrial requisition, don't really need. Hide that. Foreign influence, we'll hide that as well. Combat reports is fine. Hide that for now. Most of these I think we have to hold on to for dear life. Limited cooperation, maintain a harsh stance, mobilize against the Empire of Japan, get some bonuses, but I think we just hold our political power because what I need is, I'm going to pick a army commander finally. We're going to take this guy because he is army defense. So plus 15% defense gives us a little bit more staying power. Do Finnish people really have no social skill? Is that like a trope? I actually have no idea. I don't know very many Finnish people. I think you're like the only Finnish person that I know, Riston. I think that's it. Oh, there's laundry lacking factories. I lack factories. Like, one of the biggest issues, we have no factories. We're just kind of holding as long as we can and hoping that our allies can maybe try to do something. I am going to make another offensive... I'm making an offensive army group, and hopefully we can try to make headway. Like, look at this. We took Beijing back. Somehow. And now if we can just somehow get our troops to maybe take over some other areas and maybe push south towards Jinan, and we can maybe start encroaching upon there. Really, the main thing is trying to find places where the AI has kind of left a gap, and then we can capitalize on those gaps. Like, for example, maybe around here, we can try to push them back towards the river. In fact, that'd be the goal right now. Especially because our own allies can hold Beijing. So we'll try to essentially force our way right here. And we'll use our planning bonuses to try to do that. Because I think they're not going to be able to push into... Like, they took Wuhan, but they only took the city of Wuhan. They didn't take the heart and soul of Wuhan. So we're going to hold that. Checks after some race reviews of some Finnish people, and you get one. Interviews of Finnish people, and you'll get what you mean. Okay, I'll definitely take a look, because I really don't know how Finns operate. Well, maybe the movie, what was it, Sisu, is a proper approximation of how Finnish people operate. I've been meaning to watch the sequel to that. I know Sisu had, like, Sisu 2. I didn't get a chance to watch it in theaters. So now I gotta go find time to go watch it at home when it's available. Because it seems like a fun movie. That thing also, like, failed spectacularly in the box office, which is funny. You may want to look at the full map? Sure. Here's the full map. Welcome to... I've not been paying it... So it's only 1938 because we're in China, where you had the whole Sino-Japanese War. Everything else is kind of doing their own thing. Europe is still the same because it's only 38. 39 is when that kicks off. So it's just kind of us. And we're holding, kind of. Small talk in Finnish language is just super awkward. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I did not know there was no such thing as small talk. That's kind of funny. Alright, so that's fine. Just keep holding. What are these? Oh my gosh, more divisions are just popping up out of nowhere. Okay, and then assign here, that's fine. Just keep giving them space to go somewhere. I don't know where all these, like, army groups keep coming from, but I guess they're just, like, hey, random divisions that are here to help try to hold the line. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah. Is your country alright? I mean, Vietnam doesn't exist. You're French Indochina, technically. Vietnam doesn't exist until after World War II, when the major colonial powers of the age of exploration, the age of industry, start to collapse and lose their relevance. Okay, you're gonna have to... Okay, so these belong to... I need to find a way to figure out who these belong to. Because I'm gonna have to mass order a hold the bloody line option. I don't have enough command power, so I guess they're not gonna do that. We may lose that tile. Unless I pull in some troops from other tiles nearby, which I will absolutely do. Just try to reinforce that as best as I can. As our troops kind of scramble around. They are still trying to fight for Changde, but I've managed to actually kill a decent amount of them. As we hold the line, 52,000 has been lost. As I've lost 300,000 to the Japanese, I feel like my losses are outpacing my wins, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, imagine being controlled by the French. Truly a fate worse than death. Do I even have the factories to make an intelligence agency? I do, actually. Alright, we're gonna grab, National Defense Expert Zhang Kun. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's probably... Actually, no, let's grab, yeah, that's fine, because he gives me... I think that's fine. Unfortunately, our economy is still super corrupt, and I can't do much about that, which is the other big problem. Okay, so we still can't do this one, because we haven't lost yet. We're still fighting. We can retake these. Most of these don't matter. Democracy doesn't really matter. We can fight corruption with the democracy path. Socialism is here, although we could also just make a revise the Hanyang arsenal for 2 mills. And there's actually the Dare to Die Corps. Finish the big rear plan. Here we go. So after 70 days, this will give me basically factories and, well, forts and factories and supply hubs, and will allow us to hold the line even better. The Dare to Die Corps will give all of our infantry breakthrough. This one, oh, this one gets us weapon conversion. So I think my correct choice is we go 1, 2, 3, because I need to recapture enemy weaponry. Okay. Yes, so I saw Sisu 1 in theaters, and I meant to see Sisu 2, but I didn't get a chance. And I was looking it up, and apparently Sisu 2 completely flopped in theaters. I'm still gonna watch it because it's a movie I enjoy. I mean, listen, World War II movie about one guy on a revenge mission and just beating up some very nasty folks with improvised weaponry. Truly a pure cinema, I guess is the correct way to say it. Pure cinema, as the kids say. Look at Changde. Changde is just refusing to give up. 100 defense. Oh, even without supply, they will just not give up. Also, I don't know why they're not attacking these tiles, because they could just easily rip that apart, but they have not. Okay. We may attempt to force a push into here, which I think we can try. With our allies assisting, we might actually be able to succeed on this attack. Oh my gosh, we're actually winning this fight. Alright, well that's gonna run for a while longer, but we might be able to push into the river, and then we can start pushing our way south as well, while our allies fill in the gaps. Okay. Again, the strategy is not proper. I think better HOI4 players will look at my nonsense and be like, you suck. And I'll be like, yeah, you're right. Improvised radio. I think that's probably fine. Alright, I need these restrooms, so I'm gonna let the game run on 2x speed is probably fine. Hello there, Samuel Edgerly. What do you mean by train? Elaborate further. Okay, I'll be right back. The game should be fine. But had budget of $1 million, only got 7.2 million out compared to Cisu's 14.2. I guess that's true. Yeah, it's a box office flop, but I'm sure it'll do pretty well in like streaming platforms, realistically. Armored army, extensive fortification. I think we just go down this route. Eventually we'll need to pivot because we need to attack the enemy, but for now I'm okay just holding. Also, I just realized on YouTube I hit 200 subscribers. I guess some people are subscribing while I'm playing HOI4, so hi people who subbed while I'm playing HOI4. Oh my gosh, 200. Now I need 300 more and I can finally be monetized on this accursed platform. I'll make some announcement about it, but I appreciate it, whoever is deciding to watch on YouTube and subbing there, because I know a bunch of you do that. I'm gonna let the game run at 2 speed. We don't have a lot of train. I mean, we have trains, but supply is mostly kind of actually constrained by our actually, no, maybe we have enough. We're China. We don't exactly have the industry for armored trains. Okay, I'm gonna let the game focus on this conflict here at 2x speed. I will be right back. I'll even zoom in further so you can see the little people fight for their to death. Okay, I'll be right back. Have a good night, Mimic. Also, it's not a good thing for me to come back and I see the Gongshi clique has capitulated because, yeah, that means they're kind of in our back line, which is a bit of an issue, and now I have to deal with that. Also, unrelated, but I like to look at Discord on my phone while I'm, doing stuff, like, you know, I went to the restroom, and I was, like, reading some of the stuff, and I was like, there's that apparently a new shooter game coming out called Highborn or something? And apparently the dev decided to go on social media talking about the game, and everyone is just ripping into him, calling it Concord 2. And I think it just kind of... maybe it's one of those things where maybe developers shouldn't be on social media until their game is out. Yeah, it's another hero shooter. Which I think the problem is hero shooters are a little late. Also, do we have a navy? We had a navy. High guard, highborn, and I saw it and I'm like, isn't the hero shooter genre already still super saturated? Because, oh jeez. Oh, we can actually run, establish guerrilla cells. Okay, so maybe we should do guerrilla cells. Okay, so I need to see what the compliance rating is. Some of these. Okay, so let's do a guerrilla cell in, let's see, since we're attacking Jinan soon, we'll do one here, and we'll just let that run. No one's a new hero shooter, no one. There's clearly a market for them, but the problem is that you're fighting against Marvel rivals, which is the big hot thing right now in the hero shooter genre. Not for me though. I am not touching hero shooters. There was a time where I was into hero shooters. Now I don't care. I don't want to play a hero shooter. I'm just so sick and tired of the genre. Can I take this tile? I know. Okay, just halt that. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna adjust this front line just a little bit so it's more like here. As long as our allies can continue to hold, that's fine. But I think we're gonna lose the entire southern front. Yeah, they're pushing in again, so I think the Japanese are reinforcing their offensive. They took back Beijing, which is a bit of an issue, and we're trying to take this tile here. Maybe kick him out by there, but there's just so many of them, and I don't have the offensive power to kick him out. So our offensive is kind of stalled. It looks like the Japanese have finally found their footing. Problem is, I'm trying to figure out like what's giving them the bonuses to their fight. Is there a way for me to counteract that, or do I just pray that I can hold as long as possible? I think we're gonna Scorch Earth Jinan. That's the best thing we can do right now, just to maybe make it hard for them. I was in the market because Overwatch imploded. Overwatch torpedoed literally dozens of games. Did you know Warframe does have this hero shooter 2 beta tested and refunded the foundation? Really? I didn't actually know they were working on one. That's kind of interesting. I knew that, like, I know the hero shooter genre is just super saturated right now, so I understand that part. I didn't realize how many other hero shooter projects there were, which is kind of the big issue. Like, there's so many, and it's just like, I get, you know, they want to make their mark and have their own, you know, hero shooter get popular and be like the next Overwatch, but at the same time, good God, this genre is so saturated. Please stop making hero shooters. People just make, you know what all you gotta do? I think if you want to capture the hearts of gamers, just make Titanfall 3. Just make another game that's basically Titanfall 3, and you will have like a Morbillion dollars from a Morbillion gamers ready to throw themselves at you. Now, is that an exaggeration? Yes, but I think there's some truth to the fact that people just want that genre of game. We're holding, but we have no offensive power. How's our army doing? Okay, so we can get support and combat support to artillery, so fire concentration, flying batteries, mobile recon. I think we get field engineering. Maybe? Let's see what we get here. Engineering. Actually, yeah, if we can afford to, I would love to give support or engineering companies everything, but I don't think we can afford that. And then let's see, this little board game. There's no room to back then, much less now. Ah, okay. A card deck based hero shooter. I think Titanfall 3 has massive expectations. You want to know what game has real high expectations riding on it? Half-Life 3. That game has been hyped to death for the past like 2 decades. If they ever actually release Half-Life 3, it'll be a literal miracle, and the entire gaming world will collectively lose their bloody minds if it ever happens. Will it happen? I don't know. They're printing money on Steam. I think the main thing is that Steam prints money, but at least Valve likes to try out making new products, I think. Like, really, I think they've kind of moved away from developing games and more into this realm of trying out different gaming hardware. And I think that's actually kind of nice that they're trying that as their shtick now. They have all the money from Steam to fund these projects, like, you know, the GabeCube. Which, if I had the money, I would actually consider buying the GabeCube just because it seems like a very interesting device. Like, I could maybe move some streaming stuff onto it, but honestly, it's like $800. It's probably gonna be like $800, and I'm like, I don't think I really need it. I don't think I really need a GabeCube. There's two genres of gaming, so there's like two main games, hero shooters and battle royales. Oh, trust me, there's so many battle royales. You know what's funny? I've actually been playing the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, and I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit. But I also haven't played a battle royale in forever, and I'm just like really into Battlefield. I've put like almost 100 hours into the game already, ever since it came out like a month and a half ago. So if that gives you any indication of how much I may be addicted to the Battlefield franchise, it's a little... That's probably proof right there. I still don't know how I'm going to hold the line here. Is it even worth getting any of these? The pricing of the GameCube is probably going to be horrendous. Is the Ramageddon. Oh yeah, the Ramageddon's really bad. I hear Nintendo's probably going to crank their prices up too, because Nintendo's is going to get like hit with like a 40% hardware cost increase just due to the sheer like RAM apocalypse, if we're calling it that now. Let's grab the... I don't even think I need armor. I think the one thing I hate about playing China and countries like this is like I just don't have the industry to make cool weapons. You only get to make cool weapons if you're playing a major like Germany or something. Even as a platform, they take a 30% cut, so it's definitely out of charity. Oh, it's not out of charity at all. Well, to be fair, you are also paying Steam for, you know, their platform, the forums, workshops, screenshots, community hub. So you do get a decent, and obviously like the biggest thing is the eyes. You get a lot of eyes on your product. Take direct control over to the failed warlords. Sure. Let's see if we can pass that. Yes, Ray, why are we throwing things at me? Did you send something on Discord that I should look at? Yes, you did. I still don't understand Digimon. Is that the same one that's just, except one evolution is a woman and the other evolution's a male? Cartoony Hero Battle Royale. Isn't that just... Actually, you know what we need? Titanfall Battle Royale. And I don't mean just Apex Legends. I mean literally let us have mechs in there. Wasn't there... I swear they were trying to do like some kind of mode where it's like, what if we did Apex Legends, but we also included the Titanfall mechs for like 1 or 2 like events. Oh, it's a different Digimon? Okay. It looked... I don't know, because like they had the same looks, so I wasn't sure. This run sucks. I'm trying to hold China to the best of my ability, but I just can't. I can't hold that. I can't hold it. I can't even put support artillery because I'm just going to run out of guns. I need an additional 900 artillery pieces. If I put engineering, I'm going to need an additional 2,800, which I guess maybe is not the worst thing. Let's put in the high-end Juntan Reform. Maybe that's the correct thing to do. Okay, we can afford that, kind of. Sure, so at least some of our divisions will be a little stronger. They'll be the nicer divisions. But yeah, I just can't push in. We just don't have the resources to fight in. I also don't understand, like, how they're doing this line. Like, they're not actually divided evenly along this front, which is really weird. I'm not sure how that's working. Yeah, look at that. I already lost this tile. I can't even push in there. And I think our front here is collapsing, so I can't even push in anymore. No matter how much we try, but I guess we'll try anyways. Maybe we can kick him out, but we lost Beijing. The better thing to do would be trying to pushing southbound, but it's becoming a little bit of a issue. So I think what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna just... Okay, I don't know what happened here, but this guy is overburdened. Okay, so I need to take... Okay, so I need... Oh my god. Okay, so I need this man's soldiers. I'm gonna take these 5, and we're gonna move them over here. Take one of these. I don't care which one, I just need one. Move you over here. I need you. Take one, move over here. Take one, move over here. And I'm gonna convert all the cavalry divisions into just the generic infantry division, because at least they can hold the line a little better. Okay. What do you mean they make no sense? I'm trying to hold the line as best as I can, but I can't make any pushes. Like, it's just impossible. The Japanese army is just very strong. I need Japan to go declare war on the US right now. I need them to declare war on the US right about now and just bring the might of the American industry. Oh geez, that's an encirclement. Okay, so we may have lost. What is this amount of troops? About 16? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go like we're gonna hold the line. Oh, hold on. Can you sneak over there and grab Tianjin? Maybe we can sneak over there real quick. Okay, so I need you to distract that unit. Just keep pushing in. Okay, so we've managed to grab that. Okay, can I grab Tianjin? Okay, so no, you need to all hold that. You need a pin. I am trying to let them run out of guns. The problem is I have no way to let them push in. I'm holding the lines as best I can. Okay, so now we're going to finish the rear plan, which will give us a little bit more bonuses, maybe. I do have a decent amount of entrenchment bonuses. So for example, this little, I don't know why I can't select this specific unit, but for example, some of these guys are at 23 max entrenchment, which is base 5 plus a bunch of other modifiers that I'm working around with, but again, it's still not a good situation to be in. We also aren't getting that much army EXP. This entire thing is just completely encircled. I'm not sure if they can get out. I was hoping to get Tianjin and maybe snaking my way around. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull this unit out and see if we can snake around to Qingdao and maybe escape that way. And then this army group over here, I don't know. We'll find something to do with them, but I need to find a way to break out as quickly as I can, but I'm not sure if that's even feasible. Wait a second. Oh, no, I can't take Tianjin because you can see right here. It's, the border is sealed off for us. So what I can do is try to essentially consolidate my troops and maybe force a breakout. But that situation is getting less and less likely. I don't think I can make a port fast enough either. I have not watched any tutorials on how to play China either in the new content, which is probably why I'm losing significantly. Because I just don't know what's the correct strategy right now. I am just, it's literally just vibes and hoping the vibes are good enough. Yeah, look at that. Like, we're losing pretty badly here and we're just getting overrun. Yep. Unless I can brute force my way through this, we're just losing this entire army group. Goodbye, Chen Qing. You tried your best, but you're not going to survive this. Oof. Oh, it's so sad. I guess they'll hold the line as best they can, but they ain't getting out of there. Yeah. Yikes. Ooh. Alright, that entire army group is just dead. How sad. Alright, well. Oh my gosh, the tumor's spreading again. I can't kick him out. Oh my goodness. The thing too is I just don't have, one of the biggest issues is like legitimately I just don't have guns. Like one of the biggest thing is a lot of these divisions just straight up don't have weapons. There's enough manpower, but there ain't enough guns. If we can get the equipment capture ratio up, that'd be great, but yeah, I've lost 500,000 soldiers to them. They've only lost 200,000, and obviously they've killed a lot more on top of that. Now the northern front has stalled because they have no supply up there, but the southern front, oh, they're trying. They're definitely trying pretty hard to get their way back through. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I can request, I don't think Germany would give us anything, right? I can request a Lend-Lease. Can you give me guns? No, they refuse because they don't like me enough. What if I butter them up? Hey, Germany-chan, would you like to give me some guns, Onegai? Oh wait, that's the wrong language. Let's do this real fast. We're gonna do every decision I can do to try to make it harder for them to push in. Guerrilla cell in Wuhan. At least give us a little bit of an advantage in that way too. We're just gonna keep making as many guerrilla cells as we can. Summon the gorillas. The greatest spell of the Chinese army. Summon gorilla. Can I just make a push in here? It's a river push. Nah, don't do that. Just hold the line. We will hold Changde to the bitter end. Maybe I need to fall back again and hold around this river and then just give up Changde. We give up Changde and then we hold Jingzhou. We blew the Henan River already, so that's also fun. Maybe that's the correct thing to do. What if we just adjust our line? Oh jeez, this line is disgusting. Let's see. Because I don't want him making any more pushes. I'm just going to hold Changde like this. Oh yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Let's also get ready here. That'll be fine. I want to hold around Junyi. New army group. 4 divisions here. Go assign them somewhere. Listen, I know I'm not the best HOI4 player, but I am a HOI4 player. Oh yeah, I forgot like all the new laptops nowadays are basically being reduced to 8. I think they're being reduced to 8 gigabytes of RAM now, or 16, because the RAM is so expensive that they can't really justify making 16 gig. I saw somewhere that like, if you hadn't... I saw some guy mention how he bought like 96 gigabytes of RAM. He didn't use it yet, and he was just sitting in his closet, and, you know, he probably bought it when it was like maybe $200 for that much. And now it's worth like $1,000. So if you invested all your money into RAM and reselling RAM, you would have made a killing. I need to go buy SSDs soon, because I'm pretty sure SSDs are going to crank up in prices if a certain someone's friend is a prophet. So I feel like I need to do that now, or else I will just not have any more space on my PC. So that's going to be my plan. Ooh. Mobilization in the face of death. Grants additional population and additional division recovery rate. The Japanese winning our people slaughter, we must mobilize in the face of this death. We must resist, and we will resist and fight to the last man. We'll do exactly that. Cool, and then we're gonna just keep dumping everything into guns. And then let's do this. I have like a bunch of SSDs, but I've been meaning to get more. I just haven't had a chance to actually get more because SSDs are pricey. Okay, so we're getting stronger bit by bit. Operations. Ooh, desperate defense. Okay, what does this do? More manpower, more defense, more entrenchment, more supply grace, more soft attack. That's actually not that bad. The final offensive. Okay, maybe we do that. Mission type tactics. Our leaders should not be automatons. They must interpret their orders intelligently. So basically, we give our officers the ability to choose their own actions. Guerrilla warfare. The problem is, our armies are not actually made out of militia. They're actual infantry. So, although I think I'm pretty sure a decent chunk of them are also kind of garbage like this. Oh my gosh, some of these division designs are so bad. Oh boy. Well, we'll do our best regardless. The Japanese have kind of stalled their offensive, which is nice. We built another guerrilla cell. Let's see if we can make another guerrilla cell. We'll do one in Hunan. Maybe that gives us a little bit more bonus. And they are pushing, again, very, very aggressively. And I cannot push them back because they are just way too strong. I've also not been fighting for the supply points. Like you can see, Changde just isn't connected to the supply hubs. I think it would probably behoove us to maybe build a railway from Changde around. And maybe hook into the main rail if we can pull that off. Now, that's going to take till December. So can we hold it until December? Probably not. But we have to try. Okay, we organized the resistance. Now we're going to... let's see. Our next goal is to institute a joint command structure. So now we need 216 divisions between all of our, you know, members to try to succeed. Also, I need to keep opening up the Twitch or the YouTube chat because I keep forgetting about that. I don't need military police. I just need something that gives me better weapons to fight off this nonsense. Like computing machines, fine. RAM has been one of the best appreciating assets in the recent months for you for this year. Invest all this as you get a lot more expensive here soon. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't want to buy a GPU because I think my 3080 is still fine. I'm gonna run this 3080 into the ground. If it eventually dies, I'll buy a new GPU then. But until that point in time comes, we're gonna rock this 3080. I'm still so sad EVGA got out of the GPU business. I think EVGA made some of the best consumer electronics, but I think they're just winding down their operations now that I think the owner wants to retire and just be done with it. I think desperate defense is probably correct. When our backs are to the wall and national survival is at stake, the only option is bitter. Fanatical resistance by the entire population, turning every field, street, and town into a battleground. We will do exactly that. And I was almost... Alright, have a good night, Flaming. Get some rest. I know it's late for some people. I appreciate you swinging by. Tell your friends to swing by. Watch me. Embrace my content. I don't know. That's the whole thing, right? I definitely want to try a China run again in the future. Maybe not on stream, but one where I actually don't suck at this, because I think I just suck at China. I guess we'll do the means to victory. It's only 1938 too. Like, this has been just the war. And I've just not been able to do anything else but focus on the war. I might actually be able to kick them out. Can I kick them out? Maybe if I force that push enough, we might be able to adjust that front line just a little bit. Nope, they just reinforced it. Okay, great. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no, that's a... I can't move across the lake. Yeah, that lake's a little thick for us. There's no openings in their front either, so I can't just push in. I'm surprised, like, they just have full supply. Like, there's no out of supply option. You would think that maybe they'd be out of supply here, but I guess if they just keep grabbing every supply hub, it doesn't even matter, and they're about to grab another one too. Because Communist China can't hold the line either. Oh, Commie China, I gave you freedom because I thought you'd be able to do something, but no, they have failed spectacularly at their one duty. Truly a tragedy. Whatever happened to that prediction? Did people ever vote on that prediction, or did no one vote on the prediction? Okay, no one voted on the prediction. That's so funny. Oh, wait a second. Is it because I gave it a very low time limit? My friends, only a couple of them I don't. Listen, I'm mostly just. Listen, you don't actually have to tell your friends to watch me. It's more just like a joke type thing. Okay, so we can keep establishing cells. The compliance in a lot of these states are still fairly low, so maybe there's still an opportunity, but it's gonna be rough. Especially like up here. Oh. Yeah, maybe Hebei we can get like another guerrilla cell in there, which will there's the case speed minus 10%, and then resist growth speed plus 1%. We just have to keep getting more and make them more and more angry. If I can just get 100, if I can just get 100 army experience, we can improve the NRA, which would give us some pretty strong buffs that might let us turn the tide of battle, but for the time being, it's just not feasible. All right, we got mobilization, face of death. It gives us a little bit more buffs, and then let's see here. National. I don't think I need asylum for the Jews. Maybe I really just have to go for the factory. Let's go give ourselves revive the Hanyang arsenal for just 2 more factories. We built in Hubei, which maybe is enough to keep us alive just a little bit longer. Yeah, so I can't push them out. But they can't keep me out either. And I think our railway is about to be fully expanded, so we will have full supply. At least in theory, we'll have full supply. There we go. Okay, so now, look at that. These guys are fully supplied, and they're ready to fight again. So maybe if I just maybe prod them a little bit to push, we could push across and maybe consolidate this front line a little bit. Let's actually kind of see how that pans out, because now they're out of supply. All right, they have 28 divisions bearing down on them. That's not going to pan out. Apparently, we still don't have enough supply, and we're just suffering ridiculous amounts of attrition, so we're not even going to bother. Because maybe I don't understand this game's mechanics anymore. It's just not losing any ports. Unfortunately, I did lose a lot of the ports, and there wasn't anything I was going to be able to do about that. Maybe if I played it a little differently, I could have, but I've kind of reached the point in the game where we're stalling hard against the Japanese, but I don't have a way to actually push in. You can see, like, look at this. They just keep taking our railways, and I cannot stop them from doing that. And so I have to keep building these alternative rail networks just to try to maintain our supply hub, our supply lines. So I've definitely played this incorrectly. But I'm still gonna try. Because I just can't push in, look at that. Or, like, Changde is great to hold, but I can't even push into this tile here, because look at that. It's just, they're so entrenched. And also their commanders are just really good. Also, I am set up for offense and not defense. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, we're set up for defense, and we can't do anything with that knowledge, unfortunately. Listen, we're trying, but look at that. Like, there's no supply here, but I can't capitalize on it. Okay, we got 2 more factories. I guess we'll do adopt German-style equipment. Force the Central Army. This will give us a bunch of buffs, including attack and defense. Integrate the warlord forces, get us some other bonuses. What is the Sacco? Sacco will allow us to... Oh, it'll make us a... create an airborne... Assign an airborne unit. Choose the medal yourself. Cost 30 political power. Most of these don't really help me right now. I need something immediate. I need something that gives me buffs. The Military Planning Corps. Retake Manchuria. There's not really a point to this other than giving us a war goal against conquering Japan, but it's not like Japan's already, you know, kind of in its own wacky situation. If we go for democracy, we might be able to get rid of the corrupt economy laws and maintain Chiang Kai-shek's supremacy, and then we can use that to get some bonuses, revive the New Life movement, increase collaboration with the Blue Shirts or disband them, and then we can get some additional buffs. I guess that's the correct thing to do. Let's go down the democracy path. That's right. We believe in Chinese democracy. Not the silly little communism thing that seems to be all the rage in parts of the world. No, we believe in pure letting the people make their own, choose their own destiny. I still don't understand this this fallback line mechanic, because you would think this fallback line would make sense, but it doesn't, and I don't know why. Just can't push in there, and that's like the part that's driving me mad. Even 28 divisions is not gonna be able to rip through them. 250 defense, great. Can I attack them, or am I just not able to actually push in there? Also, I know they keep making changes to like how the economy in this game works, which is nuts to me, because I know one of the things they did was you have to now have electricity to actually have your factories do anything, and if you don't have enough electricity, you gotta import coal. And I think it was a way to like limit how strong late game nations were, because they just had a bajillion factories. So you have to find a way to power them now, or else you just don't get the max amount of factory throughput. Cool mechanics, I guess. Let's see here. Most of these are not going to be useful to me. The people's tutelage is fine. Oh my gosh, am I actually going to take that tile? Oh, we actually beat them up. We're kicking them out of that tile. It only took 12 divisions to fight off a single Japanese generic infantry, nothing else division. Amazing. Okay, then I need to now reorganize this front a little bit so we can go like this. Actually, you know what? Hold on, better idea. Delete this. Make a proper front. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh my gosh, that front is so massive. That's not feasible, I think. I don't know why that front is gigantic. Can I just not make it that big? Can I just focus on like here? This is where I want to focus on, like here. Let's try this. Maybe this is fine. And then it's gonna take a hot second for them to reorganize. But I want every single division reassigned. Yeah. So we're gonna give our army a hot minute to reorganize. I think we should be fine. The Japanese should probably not be able to do too much while we do this, and then we will find out where we can make headstrong pushes into their territory. If we can get an encirclement, that'd be great, but I'm not getting my hopes up for that. We already know how this is gonna pan out. Is HOI4 boring? Should I never stream HOI4 again? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Maybe at some point I'll just decide to hang up HOI4 and just go back to playing other things, because I know HOI4 is not everyone's. You love HOI4, you like it? Okay. Well, I'm glad some people enjoy it. Maintain Chang's supremacy. You're going... Alright, have a good night, Flaming. Rest well, comrade. Okay, so yeah, they still have... Yeah, they got supply back. Where is their supply hub at? Is it Changsha? I guess Changsha must be the supply hub that they're soaking in resources from, but I just can't push in. Even I think these 3 divisions would not be enough. Yeah, look at that. 722 defense. Oh my god. How is their base value 309? I don't have the offensive capability to just push in there, because we have soft attack 19. Oh my goodness. Soft attack 19. I get this because we don't have enough guns, but oh. Even this one I think is just not enough. Yeah, 10. This was 31. No, this actually has been a me talking in the background while most of you probably are doing homework or actual work or side projects. It's kind of a nice, like, a background noise thing. Isn't it great? I am just your background noise. Yeah, I don't want to expand my front that far. That front is way too big. I want to move it like, let's consolidate the front like here. Maybe if we shrink it down a little bit. I mean, if you're offering, I wouldn't mind being a nation in your mod if you can figure out how you would incorporate me. Whatever you feel like doing. I like being in things. Being in things is cool. Oh yeah, that entire front is just gone. So, ooh, I have 5 land choices. All right, give me, what are the land choices? Oh, they ran out of supply. Can I punch them now? Can I punch this railroad tile? No, it's not enough. Yeah, is the Philippines taken? Put me in the Philippines, fam. Put me in Pinoy land. Oh my gosh, it's still not enough. Yeah, we don't have the offensive capability for this. Yeah, this run's probably dead, so. Let's grab... Yeah, because, again, we're just hardcore defense. I definitely didn't play this correctly. I think I have to... I need to play this political tree a little differently. I think I played it wrong. And that's why I failed. I think if I had managed to... See, if I had managed to get Hanjian quickly, maybe that would have worked, but I think it was too late. Yes, I think I just didn't understand how this tree operates. It was also the Road to 56 tree and not like the normal tree, which is what made it a little more extra difficult, I think is what is the other problem. I would surmise is kind of the issue I ran into. Counter-communism infiltration. I don't care about communism infiltration measures. I care about trying to hold the line. We can keep burning down Hunan as much as we can, but in the end it's not going to be enough unless I can keep making guerrilla cells. And eventually maybe those guerrilla cells will rise up, but it's still quite difficult. Also, I'm a little tired because I had like my whole martial arts thing, which by the way, my schedule next year I think will be a little better because I plan on, unfortunately, terminating my relationship with that martial arts school for reasons that I'm not really going to describe right now, but let's just say some interesting information has come to light. Oh my god, the Philippines is actually open. Throw me in there. Throw me in the Philippines. Let's go. Amazing. 10 out of 10. The option actually exists to be in the Philippines. Oh my gosh, yeah, these communists are so, they're still trying to harass me. Actually, the Japanese are getting fairly extended, but I just don't have a way to whittle them down, is the other big issue. Now, I could maybe whittle them down in the north, but that's still not enough. How many guns short am I still? I'm still short 23. You know what, let's stop making divisions. Let's stop doing this. Let's just focus on getting the current divisions armed. Maintenance company. And then I would like to convert every single one of these Juntans into getting a maintenance company, which will allow them to steal guns, which increase their capture ratio by 5%. I think that's fine. Sure. I mean, that's fine. Listen, that's fine. Worry not. Alright. I think this run... Let's see. Alright, let's try at least one Hail Mary play. I want to try a Hail Mary. And just see what happens if I order a mass frontal assault on the great Japanese front line. And see how much land maybe we can retake. Let's see. Is there anything here that would give me just a little bit more buff? Smite corruption? Maybe that's relevant at some point, but empower the KMT bureaucracy. I just don't have. Yeah, there's none of these will give me like attack buffs. Yeah, so what we're gonna do smite corruption, and I just need my main ideology. Monarchism. I love monarchism. I am a sucker for monarchism in these games. Whenever I play a game like HOI4, my first thing to do is I will figure out which path is the monarchist path and try to reform the monarchy. Every single time, I want the monarchist route in every game I play, because it's just so fun to reestablish a great king or queen. That's why I play CK3. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Now that we've kind of figured out how we can... Oh my gosh, I took the stupid railroad again. I need that railroad back. Thank you very much. Get out of here, Japan. I need my rails back. Let's see if we can kick him out. Bloody hell. This entire thing's a disaster. Oh, Europe's having things. Maybe I should just play Europe streams. I think China streams are just a disaster. Asia... Fighting in Asia is just a disaster. Alright, so we have this. Let's assign you to a division. Alright, new army group here. New commander. Chen Cheng is back. Chen Cheng is back with a bloody vengeance. And yeah, see, they keep managing to kick us out of all of our supply hubs, and that's like the biggest thing. If we can take Luoyang, that'd be great. But again, we're gonna press the funny attack button. I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna see if we got everything I can do. So let's also improve the NRA. And then the Soviets have also given us more guns, so that fleshes out a little bit of our deficit. All right. Computing mat. Okay, so in 90 days, we will do the last push, okay? And then we'll see how it goes from there, but maintain the harsh stance. Limited cooperation. Yeah, let's do limited cooperation so we can get a little bit more of a boost. I believe this does give us some small buff because the whole... I think one of these is like the National State of the United Front. There we go. I will also grab an offensive specialist. So we'll grab Zhao Yisu, and we will grab... These are entrenchment specialists, which I don't need. Rommel of the East, Sun Lijian. Sure. That seems fine. Gives us a little bit more buff here. So we're just waiting for the buffs to kick in, and then we'll see how this goes. I think the Japanese have stalled hard, otherwise they'd be pushing in more. Another stack of war support. Revive the New Life movement. Or create the CBIS, which is our intelligence agency, which is probably the correct thing to do. The commander advisor reports like anime or no monster advisors special. Oh, okay. I don't know, you can just... You're looking for a portrait. I have a bunch of, I don't actually have one in me in military garb, which I don't think I want to do, but if you just look on my fan art tag on Twitter, there's a lot of art. Just pick one. It'll be fine. If you want an advisor or commander, include Ray. I think Ray would be a funny option. If you join Discord, you can just ask me questions for information, because that's probably the easiest way to get in contact with me, because I don't know when I'll stream HOI4 again. But that's probably the easiest solution if you're looking for something. Okay, so we got another bonus to our military. Okay, let's grab these real fast. So these are not going to be super useful at the current time, but I will not say to Construction 3, or Dispersed Industry, or Advanced Machine Tools. Okay. Chances of our offensive succeeding are so low. Yeah, I can't even kick him out of the railroads, which is also annoying. In fact, a steel has been formed, which means Germany is doing naughty things over there. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna do any of these other ones. Yeah, 50 days. I think when I played Japan, I kind of ran into the same issue where I can't push into the Chinese, but they couldn't push into me. And now I'm on the other side of that, where I'm holding on for dear life, but they don't have the capability to actually push me out now. It's just, the problem is our production is just, we're making 20 guns a day for Pete's sake. Like, we just don't have enough steel. I could trade with the Soviets for steel, I guess, at the sacrifice of what remaining factors I have, so maybe that's what I should have done. But again, that's still not a lot of guns. Like, we're making, what, 23 a day, slowly going up, bit by bit as production efficiency goes up, but production efficiency is still really bad. We just don't have the tools necessary for such an endeavor. I'm not even training any more troops. I don't even think we have enough. We just barely have enough energy, too. We have all the manpower, but can't push it. Alright, we got our intelligence agency, which is great. Let's grab this one. Retake Manchuria. I'm not sure how useful this is at this point. And then we'll hopefully get a spy soon. Ah, look at that. 3 spies are ready to go, because the Chinese need that many spies. Okay, I will also grab... I think we need better scouts. I think we just need better weapons. We'll grab time ahead for that. And our last commander is probably going to be Chen Cheng once we can get his division recovery rate at 85, but maybe that's not feasible. All these guys cost so much to get to. It's ridiculous. Look at that. Even our pushes are failing. All right. Is this decision done? Okay, so I think... Yeah, so the biggest issue that we ran into is we just had an incompetent army. Okay, so this will get us more division attacks. Let's bribe party officials to move the influence closer to Chiang Kai-shek, and then... Let's see. Yeah, our incompetent army has minus 20%. Penalty... How long did this war actually last in real life? Because I think that's kind of how I want to approach it. Also, Warsaw fell. So if you're into Poland, you don't have Poland anymore. So, you know, Japanese war lasted until when? Basically until 45. Got it. Sure, sounds good. Let me know when you need answers from me, and I will do my best to get back to you. 37 through... Basically lasted the whole time. Okay, so between 39 and 43, it kind of... Let's see. The unprecedented defeat of Japan, and then Mao Zedong doing their thing. Counteroffensive in 39. The offensive was defeated. Okay, so basically we're following almost real life by attempting an offensive at some point in 1939. So, by extrapolating this information, it means we will win the war at some point, right? Right? That's how it works. Totally. That's totally how this works. And this is totally not some hilarious amount of copium that I'm huffing. Yeah, totally not some ridiculous amount of copium that I'm huffing, hoping this is gonna be enough. Is it enough to push? I don't think I have a choice. I think we just have to commit. I think we just have to commit. Alright, we'll save. And let's try it. Let's just press the funny attack button. Ready? Alright, how much green am I gonna see? Probably none. Actually, well, there's actually some green. A decent amount of red, but I think this might be workable. Assuming the green offensives can stay the same, we might actually be... Wait a second, hold on. We might actually be making some breakthroughs here. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. The great Chinese push is working. Where's their supply hubs? Can I intercept those? Okay, they're gonna try to intercept here. Just about what I would have expected. And then over here, if I can just get them out of Hanko, that'd be great too. But I don't know if we have the offensive capability for that. A lot of red, but we're trying. We're definitely gonna lose a lot of people in this offensive, but you know what? We gotta try it. We have no choice. Hail Mary. I don't think I need a colony. Okay, so then I can push here. Then we can just try to... We're trying to spread their forces thin. That's why we're doing this weird offensive attack. So I can't maybe push it here, right? Okay, so can I knock him out here, or is that just like way too heavy? We got sabotage groups. What do these do? So our land doctrine is unlocked. Okay, so we have sabotage groups. And then so we're attacking their garrison, and then we'll get pocket consolidation, and over here we're getting more and more entrenchment and defense. Maybe I need to pivot out of here, but we'll just keep doing this strategy and see if it's enough. Now again, our offensive is stalled, seeing a lot of red. Our allies aren't pushing in the north, which would have been great. It would have been easier if I had manual full control of this, but I don't. Yeah, you gotta push in there. You gotta all push in there. With enough bodies fighting against the Japanese, we can push them out. Throw enough men at the problem and it just solves itself. Alright, we're gonna also have you spy. Create an intel network around... Let's go around Nanning, because we'll probably have to push into Nanning at some point. Yeah, okay. We've stalled again. Kind of, though. But they have to keep shuffling their army around, so that is breaking their entrenchment. Oh, hello. Is that encirclement I see? Hold on. I see an encirclement in the near future. We might actually finally start turning the battle around if we can get that encirclement, which I don't think is happening. I'm huffing so much copium. Someone's like watching this and like, wow, this person sucks at HOI4. How dare they play HOI4? They're bringing dishonor to the great Chinese army, the great people's army. We got asylum for juice is fine. Yeah, if we can just all commit to that. A traitor has... Okay. Joins the reorganized National Government of the Republic of China. Okay, so now there is a Chinese fascist puppet state of Japan. And now that's bad. Because now that they will have cores, essentially, on all of China that we have to fight them for. Great. Alright, yeah, so we can't even force that tile over there. Our offensive just basically stalled, so I'm just gonna stop it now. We got maybe 1 or 2 tiles out of all of that, which is unfortunate. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Look at that. Because it's the reorganized... Okay, so Japan, I think Japan wins this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point, I'm fairly sure at this point Japan has basically won the war. Because this state, I believe, is foreign claims, reorganize a claim on junctures. They have a core, I think, on these nations, so I can't really push in there either. Like, I'd have to commit so many troops just for a single offensive, and then we start to lose supply very quickly. Try making pushes like this, but it just fails spectacularly. Alright, I mean, I think it was a good attempt. I mean, not all HOI4 runs are meant to be ending in victory, especially when I am so rusty at the game because I've been playing so much CK3 and not HOI4. Someone came to stream one time and were like, mark the calendar date. Apparently HOI5 is gonna be next year or something, and I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think we're actually gonna see HOI5, but if we see it, I will be impressed that that man came in here, actually gave us the correct date for the game. Because I'll play HOI5 when it comes out. I don't expect it to be good. I expect it to function. Hopefully. But every time Paradox releases a game, it always comes out in the buggiest state imaginable. And it just goes downhill. Oh, they're making one last push against us. Alright, well, you know what? Let's let it go. Let it rip. Alright, so we're losing guns and we're losing people. Got it. The great Japanese offensive is trying. We are holding in various locales, especially around the cities. Yeah, it seems like the Japanese offensive is failing. Maybe this is what we need. We need to let them just break upon us. Actually, wow, yeah, their losses are staggeringly high. Alright, let's just let the game run. I think we can... Well, for anyone watching on the vertical stream, there's that. There's that. Yeah, they're losing... We're losing more than they're losing. Oh, actually, never mind. We're losing a lot of fights now. All right, well. Don't think this run is worth continuing. I do enjoy the struggle fights, but I think this is one of those struggle fights where it's just not feasible. Adopt German-style equipment, I think, is fine. The cities are holding. They can't really punch through because we're so entrenched, but... our weapon stockpile is dropping rapidly as we lose 76 per day. And our allies don't really know how to push in there. And Chengde's actually starting to fall because they took the railroad again. They always keep taking our railroads, which is super obnoxious. I'm like, can you stop taking my rails? I have to keep committing so many troops to this. No, everyone take that stupid railroad back. I will not lose that railroad. Alright, the Netherlands has capitulated. And so, that's unfortunate. Sucks to be the Netherlands, I guess. Come on, just kick him out of that tile while these guys hold the line. Alright, we're gonna have you still last stand. Anyone else want a last stand? Anyone want to die for China? Let's play Japan, Mongolia, Turkey. Mongolia's fun. I really wish, though, that there was a proper focus tree where I could revive the, what do you want to call it? The, like... All the focus trees are always like, oh, you know, communist Mongolia. Like, no. Give me one where I can restart the Bogd Khanate and install Temujin and the descendant of Genghis Khan and ride my cavalry into the sunset, which I did in a run with a custom mod, but I don't think that's a thing that people mostly do. Yeah, reform the Horde and take over all of Eurasia. That's the real dream. I need to do that in CK3. I bought the DLC pack, and I didn't play Mongolia yet. I do want to play a Mongolia run. This is such a disaster. This entire run is just a mess. Alright, I guess we'll just form the Central Army and keep feeding EXP into the NRA and hope that's enough to keep it going, but I don't know if we can hold. Chengdu is holding on for dear life. Like, this city is just refusing to die. And I am more proud of them than I ever was of my own children. Not like I have any children anyways. I have no children. I think if I ever had a kid, I would be like, all right, kitty, we're gonna learn how to be on stream. Is it 0.5%? I swore it was like 1 in 7. Chengdi's still holding on for dear life. Finland's White Death is still causing issues. Oh, revenge for the illegal annexation of Hawaii. You know what I actually enjoy? I like playing Hawaii in Vic 3 because it's kind of fun trying to be like this small island nation and just trying to ramp up like your quality of life and tourism so people want to live in your country, and you basically create a megapolis on the main island of Hawaii. All right, that's fine. Let's go here. Hawaii, or however you pronounce it. There's a correct way to pronounce it, and I cannot pronounce it correctly. What's the loss count so far? All right, the loss count is actually swinging in our favor, kind of, but we haven't killed nearly enough Japanese to make this worth it, and we're losing a lot of the railroads, so Chengde is basically dead. Unless I can somehow fight my way to this rail tile, which is basically impossible. Yeah, I think the Japanese renewed offensive is just impossible to beat back. All right, well, I think this was a good run. It was a good attempt to survive the Japanese onslaught, but I don't think this is going to get anywhere. It's a lot of green. We're holding some major ports and we're holding some major cities, but basically until the US gets brought into the war, this is just a dead run. It's a little unfortunate. I probably could play it out, but I just don't want to. It's more fun to play the Soviets, because at least if you're playing the Soviets, you have tanks and an actual industry. If you're playing as China, you're just suffering. There is no fun to be had in Asia. Asia is just pain. Who's streaming at this hour? Who do I even raid? Let's see. All right, we'll raid Corvus, who is playing some Destiny 2, which is a game that people play that I have not touched myself and probably will not play. Kaiser is funny, you can become Japanese puppet and then link into the Kami invoke trial by combat control in Japan's land. Wait, really? I haven't played that. I haven't played Kaiserreich in a while. I know Ranu likes playing Kaiserreich. I'll try making a piece. We're not doing a piece of Japan. I think Japan's just it's not even worth it. All right, so tomorrow we are playing Minecraft, I think, although that may change if I feel like changing it. And then Thursday is Star Sector. We may try something new on Thursday instead, depending if I feel like the game is ready. But essentially, there's this new XCOM-like game that's coming out or came out, and it's very much like anime XCOM, and you can even customize what clothing the characters wear. And I was like, this seems kind of cute, and I might play it. It's called like Red Dawn or something. I saw it and it was cute. But yeah, let me know if you need any things, if you have any questions for me, just let me know. Let me double check real quick what the game is called. It is called, I think it's actually called Red Dawn. Yeah, it's called Red Dawn. I think it's a Korean game. You can find it on Steam. It's pretty cute. All right. Anyways, good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be back on tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me on this fine, fun adventure. Screw Asia. This place sucks. And no, I am not able to call USA for help. It's the unfortunate part.